on your wrist a plain Jane.
The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. What up and welcome back, Stickies. It's your girl, Jane, the plainest Jane, and y'all know over here on this channel, I deliver you black news in the form of syrup and celebrity updates, okay? Or I deliver you syrup in the form of celebrity news and updates. Y'all see how long it's been? I'm rusty, girl. I'm rusty. Oh, no, I need y'all to see the candle. I am low-key rusty. I don't even know the last time I've been live. When was the last time I was even live? When was it? Let's see. Live. January, February, March, April 8th. And that was backstage. As far as an all-out like public live, it's been a minute. It's been a couple of months. Now listen, if you really are all about out in these YouTube streets, you have seen me click other people's link though. So I still been here, but not really. Like yes, but no. I've still seen everything that has been going down, and baby. The things have been happening. It just so happens to have been a slow couple of news days. Come on in. Let me know where you're watching from, what time it is. Are you eating dinner? What did you eat for dinner? And where are you watching from? Okay. And you know you must pay your fare because it's free. Click that thumbs up button. You're on my bus. And that's all I ask for you to pay when you are riding my bus. Okay. Anything else is appreciated, right? But at the very least, what I require of all of you, if you appreciate me, my content, my sense of humor, the way I deliver news and entertainment and all that other stuff, hit that motherfucking like button, okay? I'm dusting the dirt off. You know what I'm saying? Well, not dirt, just the dust. Just because I feel like I'm rusty because I haven't been on for a while. So there are some things that I really want to talk about that I feel I really need to talk about. Like they really need to be talked about. It's not necessarily that I am the Messiah that needs to speak about this. It's just we need more dialogue about certain topics that are being either skipped over or the conversation isn't really had. I feel like some things are missing within certain dialogues of what I've been observing online, especially within the last 2 weeks. Mental illness and the internet epidemic, right? The self-exploitation of people who are living with mental illness or special needs is something that I could talk at length about. And I really have been, especially since I haven't been online putting together my own content, I've had more time to really observe a lot of different niches and sectors from TikTok to YouTube to Twitter to you name it. And it is really concerning. And I have a lot of thoughts that I've been documenting. But I don't want to make this live too much about one thing or the other. Like I said, I just need to knock some rust off myself, catch up with y'all, and loosely talk about a couple of things over the last couple of days. But trust and believe, I have some heavy hitting content and some things that I feel like we all need to speak about and stuff that I know all of us have witnessed online, especially with this fusion of the mental illness and internet colliding epidemic, and how tragic and how much of a train wreck that is on YouTube, on TikTok, and all over the place. It's something really needs to be done. But I won't get on my soapbox quite about that yet. I think I want to make a dedicated video about those things. So I just want to kind of have an open chat. I have a couple of topics that I want to loosely talk about. I do want to know what y'all are watching right now too. Yes, I did watch The Deliverance, and I want to talk about it first and foremost because I love talking about Monique. With Monique being a Baltimore, Maryland native, and with Baltimore being my hometown and where I'm still here, born and raised for 3 decades. Something about Monique resonates with me, sometimes in good ways, sometimes in not so good ways. So there are just some people and some things I cover on my channel that y'all know me for. Y'all know me for my R. Kelly coverage. Y'all know me for criticizing or even being overly critical of Tyler Perry. The way that I follow Monique and I cover her. So there are some people, some topics. The Pink Sauce Girl was another thing that a lot of people really enjoyed my constant coverage of that. So there are several things in addition to some of my black news coverage. Kawan Bobby Charles, and a lot of other stuff. So I miss all of y'all too. I miss all of y'all too. I really wish I could read. I wish I could read all of y'all comments, but I can't. It is not because I don't want to, because it's not enough time. My vision has changed up on me, and my vision has been getting worse. So I need to go get an eye exam and figure out like what type of glasses or contacts I need. Um, so that's that. I really just like can't read all your comments, but I'm able to see some of them. Okay, so we've been here. Okay, so it's just been 5 minutes. We got 100 people here. Thank y'all so much for the love and for hitting thumbs up. Okay, so guess who's pregnant? I just want to run through a couple of topics, just kind of shoot the breeze a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because come tomorrow, and happy holidays to you all. Come tomorrow, we are hitting the ground running and getting back into structured content. But I knew it wouldn't make sense for me to try to make this video super structured about very specific topics because I'm rusty. There's so much I want to get off my mind because I haven't spoken to y'all in so long. So I need to get some of the scatterbrainness out of my mind, in addition to all of the updates going on with the software and hardware with StreamYard and everything else. I just need to knock some rust and dust off. Okay. And then somebody said, "Hey Leo, how y'all know he here?" He's literally right here. So I just had a couple of things that I wanted to discuss with you all, just to get in the mood for the things. For some things, just light topics. Nothing I feel the need to make a complete dedicated video about, especially not this topic I'm about to get into. So you see I put in the title, "Who's pregnant?" I bet y'all thought it was me, child. Try again. Okay. Try again. Okay, so we about to listen to this foolishness. This is Who's Pregnant. King Harris, T.I. Clifford Harris's hooligan son. Okay, hooligan son. Shout out to Bossy. Thank you so much for rejoining the membership. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will be doing some members. I don't even want to tell you what we're about to do. I just want to pop out and show niggas what's about to go on. But just know that if you are a channel member, especially because I've been dormant for so long, I really feel like I owe y'all. I feel like I owe the people outside of my paywalls too, but I really feel like I owe the channel members. I've been saying a couple of things behind the scenes for the members, but not as much, just because when you got to keep your mind right, you got to keep your mind right. You know what I mean? When you have to take a step back from the internet to make sure you're not about to crash out, to really analyze what's going on and what's changing with your mind, you have to do that, and you have to commit to that and feel no fucking ways about it. You have to. Don't act up there. Get ready to get on top of that chain and start scratching. I'm not having it. When it's time for you to hop your ass off the internet, that's what you need to do. That's why, listen, I know these hiatuses aren't the hiatuses that I take occasionally. I know that they aren't in the best interest of my quote unquote brand. I should keep going. I should be live 2 to 3 or more times a week. I should. But what about my mental health? And what about me taking care of me and making sure I'm not online spazzing out, tweaking, crashing out, without really taking inventory of what's going on with my mental health, what's contributing to my mental health in a positive or a negative way? This ties right back into what I was saying about all the thoughts that I have about the mental illness / internet addiction epidemic that we are witnessing right now. It's running rampant all over social media. People don't know how to put the phone down and when to take a freaking break. Me, baby, call me whatever you want. Am I inconsistent? Yes. I will say that. I will be inconsistent for a certain interim in order to get my shit together. Because what I was dealing with, and what I'm still kind of dealing with, but it's gotten so much better. I was dealing with a physical illness and I had no clue what the hell was happening. My knees, my toes, my joints, fingers, numbness, tingling, lots of tension in my knees, numbness, tingling, pins and needles, and not really being able to walk that well, and having to literally end up walking with a cane through the mall as a 30-year-old. Embarrassing, weird. how do I even process that as a very young woman having to walk around with the cane? I noticed it started affecting my mind, and I started becoming pessimistic about lots of different aspects beyond this sickness, and I still don't have a diagnosis for it. And that can tear you up too. You're sick, you're ill, they're treating the symptoms, but they don't have a diagnosis to really tell you exactly what's going on with your body. That can kind of deteriorate and start to rot with your mind and with your psyche. And what one thing I don't want to do, because I'm very excuse you. Y'all nephew about to get popped. It's like, no. Um you know what, I just noticed it was doing something to my mind, and it took a lot for me to really, you know, bring myself back in and not really accept the defeat, because I felt like I'm being defeated by this illness, and this illness going to get the best of me. And how long do I even have? Like, I mean, the negativity, the uncertainty, just all of it. I had to really sit down and process, and I'm still working through that. You know, so when it comes to taking a break from the internet, it's very clear. The proof is right here. I know how to take a break from the internet in order to focus on and condition my mind, because if I ain't got my mind, right? Anyway, let me get off my little soapbox about that. Um, so yeah, that is that. And luckily, it has given me a lot of time to really think and process and tap into some dormant emotions that I didn't know were lying around and causing problems in my thought process. Um, and a lot of other things as well. You know, mourning prior and past relationships, friendships, even familial relationships that were of no use to me. Um, and really just getting myself back together, because the way this thing attacked my body and my mind started to suffer, I became concerned. And at one point, I thought God was calling me home, baby. I was just like, you know, it's just time for me to accept. And I jumped off the deep end, because I've never dealt with anything like this in my body. A 30-year-old that has always been able-bodied and never had to use a cane, and then I'm going to Target and I'm using the wheelchair, the scooties, and everything else. Felt like I was crippled, and I had to have a lot of help doing regular, everyday, basic life activities. So I really felt hopeless, and I've always been independent. I moved out when I was 18. I never went back. I've been working since I was 13 or 12 and a half, technically. So having somebody have to help me do basics every day was something else. And I could have still came live during that time. I could have definitely still been live, and y'all didn't. Actually, when y'all saw me on Wine is the New Tea over on Tasha K's channel, that's when I was really, that's when I was kind of like at the height of it. But I was just like, hey, I can sit down. This is an opportunity for me to cross promote myself. But y'all didn't know at that time I was suffering, which is why I couldn't even cater to my own channel. But I was willing to, because first of all, that was a paid gig. So, you know, it was work. Okay. Every time I sat down on Wine is a New Tea, we got paid. Okay. So it was work for me, but I didn't still just want to sit down, and you can still do faceless stuff. I could have laid in the bed and made content while I was very crippled, but I decided that mentally I was not in a place. And there have been some days and some times where I've been stressed out about other things in life. And I notice when I get on live, and if there's a certain comment that comes across and it ticks me off, or or triggers me, and I done spent 30 minutes cussing somebody out, which takes away from y'all's experience, the viewers. I don't want to do that. I don't. So I would rather get offline before crashing out and doing something that is just completely nonsensical. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I cut my hair, you guys. I cut my hair. Y'all see how scatterbrained I am right now? I'm just excited to talk to y'all. So please bear with me. But yes, I cut my hair. The hair got to be a little too much for me. It was too long. It was very long. Okay. Last time y'all seen me, y'all might have felt like my hair was this length, because I had my 2 or 3 strand twists in. And of course, that makes it look shorter, but I don't have any twists this time. And I went shoulder length. All of that hair, it was a huge hassle at night. Putting it in a ponytail is a struggle. Woo! I was tired, and I do miss this length from when I first started growing my locks out. But anyway, shout out to my girl is Quasia. She's been a member for 29 months. Oh, excuse me. Let me take a sip. Mm. I love all of my stickies, channel member or not. Okay. I love y'all's down. But the channel members ride for me in a different way that is completely, I'm not even able to explain. Completely inexplicable. Um, what's this comment say? People have lost their yes, absolutely. So yeah, it's been a lot going on with me in the last couple of months, except in the fact that my health was deteriorating. Trying to have some faith that it will get better, in which it has, but my, health kind of took a little dive. My vision taking a dive at the same time. Bizarre. I'm like, what? So it was a lot that I had to, try to accept and deal with and process and work through. And it was intense. Okay. I spent hours in the bathtub because I can't feel my legs when I'm in the bathtub. It brings me a lot of relief when I soak in the tub. So I'd be soaking for like 3 hours and sitting in the same position for 3 hours in the bathtub, just negative thoughts, just circling, 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 circling. And I realized I needed to change my thought process, because if I'm sick, if I'm being negative, and if these are my last days, what is being a negative Nancy going to do? Like, what is that? How is that going to help me? If these are my last days, and I need to live them out and enjoy myself and be very intentional about what I want to do and what I want to experience. But I even moved away from thinking that these are my last days. Like my particular last days, not the world, because I do believe Jesus is going to be back soon. But not my own particular last days. I had to take that out of my thought process. But that was something that entered into my thought process. And I knew with me thinking like that, I have no business being online. I'm very sensitive to energy. And I try to be responsible with how contagious energy can be. And I care about my viewers and my subscribers and my supporters. And I don't, if I'm in a shitty mood, I don't want to come on here and spew and spray that to y'all. Like, I don't. I try my best not to. I might be pissed off about a certain subject. Like, I remember I was very angry when I did the video on Funky Didn't Even, what he said about Chloe Bailey. I was pissed. But I was pissed because something disturbed my morals about how he came at her. But I wasn't just like, I was pissed off about the subject matter of the video, but I wasn't pissed off about something else in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't just in a pissy mood and came on here being pissy to y'all in the comments. No, no, no. You know what I mean? I was passionate about that subject, but I say all that to say, do I have diabetes? No. I've got 1,000,000 tests done, 1,000,000 blood tests done, and they still have found nothing. Nothing. That could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know. But baby, when I tell you they took so much blood and had my arm looking like I was a needle user, I felt like I ain't had no blood left. Like, what do y'all got left to take? Damn. Every time I go, and I was going like 3 times a week, they taking 6 vials of blood. Like, damn. Can you give me some time to regenerate the blood that you done took? Like, what is going on? But yeah. So I am open to taking holistic suggestions based on my symptoms that I've shared with you all, but I personally can't look on the internet like, WebMD and looking for what's wrong, because my symptoms are related to so many other things. It could be related to MS. It could be related to, it could be Lyme disease. What else did they tell me it could be? Lyme disease. I mean, it was several different, like these symptoms fit so many different sicknesses. And you know how you go to WebMD and you put in your or you go to Google and you put in your symptoms, and first thing the thing will tell you is, oh baby, you're dying. This is the worst of the worst. And for me, trying to uplift my mind as deep and dark and as low as my mind went, and as much work as I've done to elevate it again, I cannot take random ass wild guesses from the internet. I had my time doing that. I did it for about a month, and I just have to wait for whatever the doctors continue to test for. Like, I cannot continue to look online at what, but I have had people like, oh, well, if you're having joint pain, try watermelon seed oil and stuff like that. So I'll take holistic like suggestions like that. if you generally have like knee joint pain suggestions or numbness and tingling suggestions, I have had people inbox me like stuff like that, and I'm willing to do and try like, holistic things of that nature. But I'm not willing to fall down WebMD and somebody say, "Oh no, I know for a fact you got MS," or whatever the case is. Like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. Lupus. That's what they told me it could be. They told me it could be Lyme disease from a tick bite that I didn't know about, because I'm like, I haven't been bitten by a tick. And they're like, sometimes people get bit by ticks and they don't know. Lyme disease, lupus, MS, it could be a multitude of different things, because all of these symptoms show up the same way throughout all of those different diseases. So I can't continue to drive myself crazy wondering what it is without any facts, when my symptoms fit a lot of different circumstances and diseases. I have to do what's best for my mental health and let the doctors do that thing, even though I feel like, what the are you doing, doctors? It's been too long. But I have to do what's right for my mental health. And the tension has went down. Luckily, it's not painful. It was very painful at first. Now it's just tension in my knees. So I can walk. I don't have to use the cane anymore. Um, Luckily, my partner's mother had a spare wheelchair by chance, so I was using that for a while. So it's definitely been a journey. It's definitely been a journey. Um, and and what can I say? I'm still here, and I'm getting better. My legs don't feel half as bad as they used to feel, and we're here. Okay, this is where we are. This is where we are. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Try, what's that? Glossin for your knees. It helps with stiffness and joint pain. Yes, I do have stiffness. Um, okay. Okay. Thank you for the suggestions. I might go back and read the chat after this live is over. I can't get to all of them right now. Let me see. Like, I had a long comment here. Let's see. What's this long comment about? Women who have grown up in traumatic households or have had traumatic experiences are more likely to develop autoimmune. Unfortunately, those can be hard to diagnose. It took a doctor five. Oh, I did. I did grow up in a bit of an um, emotional and psychologically traumatic household. Yes. The way my body reacts to stress is really interesting, and I'm still learning it and taking notes so that I remember it. I had a little bit of a nervous breakdown earlier this year before this started, probably like a month or two before this started. I had a bit of like a nervous breakdown based on a relationship, um, um, what I thought was a budding friendship that ended, and I felt extremely betrayed by that person, and that was just the straw that broke the camel's back, and I had a bit of a nervous breakdown. Um, and my body absorbed all of that stress. And my bones felt weak and my body felt weak. And it was difficult just to get up to even use the bathroom. And then, like a month and a half or 2 months later, this sickness started kicking in. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, and I've never experienced a nervous break, this sort of emotional impact that I felt at the severance. And I decided to sever that tie within that relationship. That person thought that we were somehow going to be able to get over that hump. That hump was full of so much blatant disrespect that, baby, no ma'am. Mm-mm. I'm done with this. I made the decision to be done with it. And they wanted to talk through it, but they wanted to talk through it from a place of not taking any accountability for it, not willing to apologize for it, but still wanting to continue the relationship. And I just decided no, but it still broke my heart. It still hurt my feelings, should I say. And my body absorbed all of that stress. And I had never experienced, and I hadn't even experienced anything like that with an emotional relationship, romantic relationship, should I say, let alone an actual, friendship with, with a woman. So I've been learning a lot this year and documenting a lot about how my body reacts to a multitude of different things. And you will be surprised what your nervous system can do and how it can trigger other parts of your body and your wellness or your sickness, your health in general. You would be very, very, very surprised what stress and what your nervous system can trigger. So it's very important that you do the work to protect yourself, to not allow people to cross your boundaries, to take inventory of your feelings and how things are making you feel, whether it be negative or positive. Do you need more or less of this person's type of energy, of this type of person, this type of energy from this person? Do you need to create space? Or is this a safe space for you to continue building a relationship? Are you oversharing your personal business with them so that they can throw it back at you when it's convenient for them? When they have dirty laundry as well. When I say they have dirty laundry, baby, it stinks. And some of it is downright fucking pathetic. But I digress a bit. I digress a bit. Stress can wreak havoc on your entire life. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. You got to do what's best for you. You have got to do what is best for you. Okay, got you. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the stories. I knew I was going to spend some time catching up with y'all. I knew I was going to spend some time catching up with y'all. And I didn't even know if y'all wanted to hear about all of my mess and my drama, or if y'all just wanted to hear about the celebrities. But y'all know I just can't come back online without getting a couple things off my chest. And just having a slight amount of transparency. Like, I'm not finna overshare with the internet, but just a slight amount of transparency, just to let y'all know. I feel like I do convey that I'm very human and I'm very real, and I have experienced some shit in life and grown and learned from it. But yeah, just I don't know if there's anybody new here, somebody who may have been following me for less than a year. I think it's very clear that I'm authentic, but that's just my opinion of myself. Don't know how you see me. But yeah, that's just a little bit about what I've been going through, what I've been, coping and working through since I've been away. But baby, I'm back. Okay. So again, shout out to my channel members that I say hello to, Tia TU, and also Asteroid Chick. Shout out to my channel members. Y'all are the shit. I just love you guys, and I missed you guys so much, and I couldn't wait to come back. And let me tell you, every single time I would be like on my phone doing something and a message would come down, because a lot of y'all have been hitting me up over the last month and a half. thePLAINESTjane, where are you at? Like, where are you at? We miss you, da da da. And I would see the messages come down, and I ain't gonna lie, I would feel kind of guilty. I'd be like, damn, people miss me. The people need me. But listen, as cliche as it is, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And I felt like it was best for me to make the executive decision. Not that I was mentally unwell, so to speak. I just felt like mentally I can be in a better place before I jump back in the pool. Like, YouTube is the pool, it's the water. We sticking our toes in, we jumping all the way in. Like, what is we doing? What are we doing? So I just try to be responsible with my energy, and that's that. So yes. Shout out to my moderators too. The Samantha Edit. Shout out to y'all. So that is that. I've been able to catch you. The panel over on the Tie Squad. Hey, yes, you do be on it. I spent a lot of time over there on I love the official Thais report. If y'all haven't already been exposed to the official Thais report, you definitely need to go over to his motherfucking channel and you need to subscribe. He is hilarious. And he's very consistent. Sometimes he's live like 3 times a day. Like, he is super duper consistent. He will keep you informed and entertained at the same time, which kind of falls right into what I feel like my skill set is. I can entertain you and inform you, make you laugh, make you reflect, bring up a serious story, and then bring you back to laughing all over again. You know what I mean? So, yes, I love the official Thais report. Okay. Love. Somebody said 35 years of friendship gone. Oh, you dealt with the friendship you had to. Damn, 35 years is a long time. That would definitely take me some time to recover from. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine, baby. That, oh my gosh, 35 years? I wonder if acupuncture would help. You know, where I'm at right now with it is I get so frustrated with the whole process because I had x-rays done of my joints. They said my joints looked normal for the most part, almost perfect. There was more spacing in my right knee than the left knee, but he said it wasn't enough to really cause a major shift or an issue like with my joints to be causing these problems that I'm having. So he didn't find any issue with my x-ray. He recommended I get an MRI, but he didn't put them in as emergency. So when it came time for me to make an MRI appointment, cool. I made the appointment for the MRI because, and the reason for the MRI is so that they can really see what's going on with all the nerves and everything else and are things misfiring. When you get the MRI, you're able to then explore even more options, such as a chiropractor. So, what my physical therapist told me was that he thinks that whatever's going on, although we don't have an official diagnosis, is that it is an issue with my spine because my symptoms were very symmetrical. The numbness and tingling, I can't even remember where it started because it was moving all around at first. At one point, it was in my arm, it was whatever. And, but all of the numbness and tingling, it was symmetrical across my face. At one point, it was like up in my eyelids, but it definitely stayed in my knees, my toes, and my hands. And it was symmetrical. And he was just like, when we see stuff like this means it's coming from your spine if everything's going to be symmetrical. So if I do need to have something done to my spine, I need to have an MRI. So anyway, long story short, my insurance denied the request for the MRI because the what you call that doctor that start with the O? Orthopedic. The orthopedic doctor, you baby, when I tell you I've been to so many doctors, the neurologist, what you call the blood doctor, that's not a phlebotomist, that's the person that draws blood. The neurologist, I forget what you call the blood doctor, ophthalmologist, uh no, yeah, orthopedic doctor, physical therapy, primary practitioner, you name it. And so because he put it in wrong, they won't approve my MRI, which means I can't then go visit a chiropractor, or I could, but a good chiropractor is not going to want to do work on your spine to figure out, is it a bulge disc? Is it this? Because one really good tug or workout from a chiropractor on my spine could straighten out and fix whatever's going on with the rest of the joints because all of this is connected. So trying to get that doctor and get in contact with that doctor to get that doctor to change how he classified the request for the MRI from not emergency to emergency is what's stopping me from getting the MRI, which is what's stopping me from going to a chiropractor with good sense. I can go to a random chiropractor and let them work on me with no MRI, but that's not safe because they don't know what's going on with the nerves and tendons. So I need to get an MRI done of these different joints, my spine in these areas so that they can really see what's going on and then treat from there based on what they see. You know what I mean? So baby, when I tell you it's a frustrating process all around, getting bounced like a pinball from this doctor to that doctor. What's it called? I think it's called a rheumatologist. Rheumatologist? Yeah. So getting bounced from a neurologist to the rheumatologist to the physical therapist to the orthopedic doctor to the insurance and me having to stay on the phone with the insurance and my all the doctors saying different things and sending me all over the place. And I just got frustrated and I stopped going to the doctor for 2 months because I found myself in such a shitty and then every doctor appointment you go to, they asking you to start from the beginning. So what's going on? I start from the beginning and they cut me off because they're not even trying here. And I'm tired of explaining this 3 times a week, 3 different doctor's appointments a week. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. And I found myself just being so frustrated, so pissed. And I'm just like, y'all not giving me no diagnosis anyway. I ain't going. Will I start going back again? Yes. But for the sake of my mind, I had to stop going for like 2 months. They wasn't giving me no answers. I'm wasting my time 3 times a week and nothing's getting better. What is the point of me wasting all this time? Yeah, the appointments are free because I have good insurance, but what's the point? Y'all are getting my hopes up, making it seem like y'all finna give me some answers and y'all not. Like, mm-mm. So I just frustrated. Somebody said don't do surgery. Surgery makes me very nervous. Okay. Somebody said make the doctor file an appeal. Right. That's what the insurance told me. But getting a hold of this doctor, and it's like this is a very busy doctor. Like I barely felt like he wanted to even pay me any mind when I was sitting there for the time. It was like his mind was already on the next patient. You know what I mean? So I'm calling up there, speaking to his receptionist or his secretary, leaving messages, whatever. It's just a frustrating process. It's just a frustrating process. Okay. Somebody said, have you had an MRI? No, that's what I'm trying to do now. But anyway, enough about my health and everything like that. Because I'm going to be all right. I have faith that I'm going to pull through this, but it starts with me staying positive and having the faith and really manifesting wellness as opposed to being pessimistic and to keep saying ain't no answers gonna come, ain't no, like, it really takes me changing my mindset and really believing that and moving forward with life. Because I'll be honest, I haven't been to the doctor in about 2 months, but my knees have been doing a lot better. No, the tension and stuff is not, completely gone, but my knees have been doing better. And I've been doing a lot of mental conditioning. So so yeah, that is that is that is that. So that's what's going on with my house. Not to spill on y'all, but if y'all hear a lot of people, where you been? How you been? Not trying to be a negative Nancy, but this is how I've been. You know what I mean? Everything that every way that I've been since I've been gone hasn't necessarily been a positive thing, but I do have a positive spin for it. I'm human. Everybody has ebbs and flows, and nobody wakes up every day and feels like a chipper, happy-go-lucky squirrel unicorn with rainbows every day. Like people get down and out sometime. How do you pull yourself out of that? Is the question. So yeah, please believe some sticky notes will be coming up about, well, most of my sticky notes are kind of on brand with this anyway, but this is where I've been. This is where I've been. What Bossy say? Speak with the insurance verification department. That's a go. I got so frustrated that I just had to stop making calls. You know what I mean? Like, because you sit on hold for an hour before you can get somebody. Then they got an attitude. So between me sitting home and calling insurances and going to different doctors' offices and them not even all the way listening to me and me having to repeat myself, but they just looking at me like a number and they asking questions, but they not listening to the answers. They just filling out their paperwork. And did you fall? Do you think it's from physical trauma? I have not fell. This is something else. Been in the emergency room 2-3 times. Like it has been something else. This is what makes me think, like, shout out to the people with children who are taking not only themselves to the doctor as often as they need to, but their children as well. I hate dealing with doctors. I hate dealing with doctors. I know you need to, but sometimes it's like they too busy. They look at you like a number and not a person. And that frustrates me. And so they be in and out the room, and I'm sitting in the room and that room empty. And we've been sitting in this empty room for 30 minutes. And I'm just sitting here crying because I'm frustrated because I'm like, I know we're not about to get no answers. They can't even pay me no mind. They don't even know what my name is. They don't even remember they didn't even read the chart to see what I'm in here for. They didn't came in here 3 times and said, what was we doing again? You were going to go get the medicine. They just finished hooking me up to the EKG. You're supposed to be reading me the results. Like, whoo! It's taxing, as far as how much patience and how much hope you want to allot and set aside to place in the hands of the doctors when nearly 6 months then went past and you ain't got no answers. Why did I place hope in y'all to begin with? I'm gonna start placing the hope in myself. I'm gonna start placing the hope in the man that runs heaven. And I can't really place I personally can't, not right now. I can't place no hope in the doctors. I can't. They let me down every time. It was a waste of getting my hopes up. That's why I don't get my hopes up about a lot of things in life, because it leaves little to no room to be let down. If you don't have your hopes up, if the best happens, then cool. It's a great pick me up, but there's no room for me to be let down if I don't get my hopes up. And that's about anything in life, not just the doctors, friends, family, men, health, food. You try a new restaurant. My hopes ain't up. Shit can come out and be warmed up microwave slop. And if it is, cool. That's what I expected. If it ain't, nice, pleasant surprise. You know what I mean? Nice, pleasant surprise. But anyway, connect with a patient advocate. Yeah, you're right. I do need a patient advocate because I shut down and just go home and call it a day often. Um, you can't call the insurance company. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. When I jump back into it, I'll think about it. But being on the phone with the insurance people was not a good experience for me. Being on the phone with the doctor's offices, calling to try to follow up and get him to change it so that I can get the MRI was not a good experience for me. And there was so many different stressors coming at me very quickly, very rapid fire, emotional, psychological, physical stressors, responsibility stressors, inadequacy stressors that I just had to put all that shit down and focus on me. And that's what I did. And so I'll jump back into it when the time is right and when I feel up to it. But I got to take one thing at a time. I was supposed to come back to YouTube yesterday or Friday, but I got my anxiety and running out of time. And I was just like, you know what? I felt like it was too late to go live right now, but I'm like, you know what? I said I was going to do it. The video may not do well numerically, but it'll be a little splash in the pool to let my people know I'm back, you know, and just do what you can when you can. Can't call the insurance company right now, but I can go live. I'm feeling cute. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling refreshed. I got my wig split. I did my nails, you know, so I can focus on and do what I can do and what I can focus on, you know. So, Solo Diva, what are you trying to say? Somebody keep asking to hit the link or asking to let them speak. Like, you can speak in the chat, or I guess maybe you have something you want to say. Listen, I don't mind speaking about my illness a little bit, but I might take 1 or 2 calls about it, but I don't want this whole live to be about that because I realize I have to talk about other too. Like I can't just be focused. I can't just talk about my illness all day long or for like long periods of time. It begins to make me feel away after a certain period of time. But I did drop the link if anybody has anything valuable that they the healthcare system fails us so much. Yeah. It will be for good. Oh yeah, thank you, Andrea Elizabeth. See if they can rule out lupus. And I heard about that one. It affects some Black women starting in their 40s. I'm 30. I also heard it could have been, how do you say it? Sciatica or something like that? Child, I don't know. I don't even think about it much anymore outside of feeling my knees. I don't think about any of the medical terminology or what it could be, baby. How do I speak? Okay, so you see I dropped a link in the chat. It says call in, like kind of like right above your comment. Right above your comment, and it says call in. That's a link. You can click it. You follow the prompts, and it'll let you up to speak. So hopefully you can figure that out. But for now, oh, Lovely said I look cute and glowy. Thank you. I have been working on my skin. I've lost some weight. I'll admit I lost some weight because my appetite kind of changed a bit. But hey, I lost some weight. I have been hyper focused on my skincare in the meantime and in between time because my skin was kind of changing a little bit too, and I had to get that together. Okay, my skin is very important to me. It is what I probably receive the most compliments on. Is either my skin or my eyebrows. Something people are, but I feel like it's mainly more so skin that people compliment. For me, so my skin is very important. Your skin is also the largest organ that you have. So, and I'm really big on skincare. Never went to school for skincare, but it's always just been a real interest of mine. And I'm just naturally good at it, you know, with whatever knowledge I've gained in 3 decades of living. So, yeah, I'm the person my friends and my family come to when they need skincare advice or they're going through something. Girl, I lost weight too by default stress. Yeah, it happens. It happens. And I learned not to be upset at that. I just let it happen. You know I was bigger than I wanted to be this time a year and a half, 2 years ago. I was cracking 200 pounds. I got on that scale and it said 198, and I was like, whoa. I was a little chunky monkey. And I was not satisfied with how I looked in the mirror. So now that I've lost the weight, whether it be stress or whatever, I dropped 50 pounds and here I sit down to 148, baby. Down to 148. Okay. So that is that. My skin of my teeth are my highlight. Yes. I did a little bit of teeth whitening today, but I need to I need to get a deep clean from the dentist and not like the at-home whitening. But the at-home whitening does like for real help in between your dentist appointments, depending on how many times your insurance allows you to go to the dentist. So anyway, enough of me. I have chatted extensively about myself, but there was a lot that we could catch up on, that we had to catch up on. A lot more I could say, but I won't, because what's the point? We have plenty of time to catch up, and especially behind the scenes, members only. If you are a member, you can check the community tab to see how I was feeling. I think like a month ago, I posted this very melodramatic, because that's how I was feeling at the time, message about, hey y'all, I'm still here, blah, blah, blah. You can see it if you're a member. For those who just rejoined the membership, go to the community tab and you'll be able to see it. All right, let's get into yes, it has been a while. Welcome in, everybody. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Don't play with me. Hit that like button. We want to get into talking about some celebrities. It is literally 2:30 in the morning over here in Baltimore. Okay. It is technically Labor Day weekend. It is a holiday. Most of y'all are off work today, or a lot of y'all may be off work today. Monday, September 2nd. So yeah, it's a late night bus ride, and baby, we gonna do it. This is what we're gonna do. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into some celebrity stuff. Let's just kick back, shoot the breeze. Kick back and shoot the breeze, baby. About some of what's been going on online, on the blogs, social media, viral news, and so on and so forth. Okay. I really do miss cutting up with you all. And we're going to get back into it right now. Okay. Drop your pancakes in the chat. Let go. On your wrist of plain Jane. You're tuned in to Jane, the plainest Jane. Be sure to thumbs up the video and subscribe, and let's get into it. Somebody in the chat said, you look demure. Thank you. You see how I come back online in my right mind, not crashing out, very cutesy, very demure. Okay, don't pay me no mind. I am so sorry to people who got on headphones, because I know that cackle was nasty. I'm sorry. Sorry, you guys. Okay, let's get into the celebrity crap. Let's get into the celebrity mess. Oh, let's get into it. Oh my gosh, Tay-Tay is here. Tay-Tay! Tay-Tay, we have not seen you. I have not seen you in so long, Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay must be behind in the stream because she's naming the doctors. But oh my gosh, Tay-Tay, I miss you, girl. Somebody type in the chat and say, Jane, say Tay-Tay, Jane miss you. I have not seen her in so long. Okay, celebrity mess. Let's get, I'm trying. Add this. Let's add the right thing. Let's add the right thing to the stream. Okay. Okay. So, ooh, is that louder for y'all? Child, I told you I'm rusty. Let me make this bigger. Child, look at who the hell is pregnant. I know y'all thought it was me. Baby, no. Congrats to T.I. Reveals he finna be a grandpappy. King is expecting his first child. King is about to have a son, and he's going to raise this child to torture King the way that King tortured him. You know, at least T.I. has one thing that he has truly comprehended. You gonna be raising that child because the damn sure ain't gonna be king. How irresponsible is this young hooligan? Who the hell let him climb on top of them? Who the hell let King Harris, oversized veneer head ass, climb on top of them raw and shoot up the club? No plan B, no birth control, no self control, no decorum. Very not demure. What's demure about it? I just want to know. And see, I think this shit is cute. Let's watch the clip. Let's watch this clip. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Oh wait, I hit the silent button. Hold on.
2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one. He just became a father. So I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Let me know how much sense this makes to y'all. Let me know if you think that King is going to be raising this child. Let me know if you think that this girl wasn't just trying to get her some sort of clout, attention, permanent attachment to the Harris family. Is she trying to get on a reality show? Because I truly believe that being King's baby mama, with T.I. technically being your father-in-law, I'm part of the Harris family, would definitely be something that could get her on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And I definitely believe that when King is not taking care of that child, because we know he's not going to do what he is supposed to do because he's a hooligan and he hasn't been humbled yet. And T.I. is to blame for that. When him and this baby mama start arguing start having co-parenting issues, it's going to spill out over onto, and it's going to play out on the internet. And we're going to be trapped and locked into the group chat. Yes, we are. It's very much giving, it might be a Krishan and Blueface type of relationship dynamic. Girl, this is one time where you actually need a little Tokyo Tony and just a facial expression to help you understand how fucked up you is right now.
Where's anybody else covering this? If I'm not here and I don't put this out, the public would not know nothing. I'm the one that's putting it out.
Okay, that wasn't the clip I was looking for. Again, I'm rusty. This the one. Girl. Yes, Leo. Okay, well, what you think about it? Leo? Okay, what you think? You think he gonna be a good dad? Wow, not really? You pay attention. Very cutesy, very demure. Come up here and get a treat. I love that you pay attention, young man. Yes. Even the cat know he ain't gonna be shit. Ain't that something? Come up here and get your treat. You earned it. Yes, you earned it. You little demure guy, you. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. You get it. Okay. Oh, you about to go ape shit. Come on. Okay, come on, get down. Get down. And get your butt. You always putting your butt in their face. That's disgusting. It's not it. Hey, you've been on the clock. He's very cutesy, but sometimes he's not demure. Damn. Very not mindful. So, you know, that's that when it comes to this. Baby, the biggest eye roll. Somebody say, can we go to the bushes? You're absolutely right. Where, baby, let me find the bushes. Where the bushes at? Let me find these bushes. Oh, here they go.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
I'm telling you, King getting somebody pregnant is very dork-sided. Very dork-sided. Put an 8 in the chat if you know where that came from. It used to be like one of my little jokes that I had. It started to catch on before I took my hiatus. It's very dork-sided. Like, why? Why are you getting somebody pregnant? You have no right. You have no business. You have a right, but you don't have no business. Very dork-sided. Dork-sided! Very dork-sided. Okay? Shoot. Don't make no sense. Okay, let's see. We have a caller here. This was a caller that was asking for the link. I'm glad they were able to figure it out. Oh, my eyelashes are giving me a fit. All right, let's get our caller. Y'all drop some pancakes. Let's prepare for a caller, and then we're going to get to our other topics. Where is my little... The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more Black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. Alrighty, you are live. I have something on the screen. Hold on. All right, you're live. Thank you for calling in. What are your thoughts? Ooh, not my stomach getting upset. What's up with that? Hello, you're live. You're live on the air. Oh, maybe they don't know how to unmute themselves. That sucks. Don't want to hold up the show. Oh my gosh, my stomach acting up. Your stomach ever tried to embarrass you while you were doing something that really, like, they had no business trying to ruin your moment? My stomach really been making an example out of me lately. Like, if you don't get to that bathroom in 32 seconds, I'm embarrass you in front of all of your little friends. I'm like, okay. Okay, stomach. Okay. Gotcha. You ain't got to tell me twice. I do not want to be out here looking like this. I don't even want to be in here looking like this. Okay. Cut the cameras. That ass. Okay. It seems like they can't work their mute or unmute button. They're here, but they are on mute, and I can't take them off mute because they have to. I'm going to take them down. Hopefully they figure that out. Maybe they're listening and they can kind of look for that unmute button, which will look like a microphone with a slash through it. If you need to hit the unmute button, it'll look like a microphone with a slash through it. Okay, so hopefully you get that figured out. Okay. I'm very disgusted that King got some slow, tired through and delayed pregnant. Oh my God. Not tired through. And I really want to know what she looked like. I want to know what she looked like. I want to know how old she is. And I also want to know, what field of work is she in? Like how did they meet? What's the dynamic? Does she work at a laundromat? Does she own a laundromat? Is she demure? Does she do OnlyFans? Is she an Instagram model? Is she viral on Twitter or TikTok? Like what? Like how did this happen? Leo, stop trying to open that damn door. I'm gonna have to fire you. So yeah, I don't. Here, you want a treat? Because you trying to open that door is crazy. Here, you want a treat? Oh, you got them? Okay, thank you. Employees always want to act up on the clock, you know? Yes, this is work. He don't come in here and get these treats for no reason. He is a part of this entertainment situation. So when he makes these on-camera appearances, I do consider it work because y'all think that he's cuter and more entertaining than me. Y'all like him more than y'all like me, and that's okay. So when he comes in here and he does his time and he punches this clock right here and gives y'all a little something, something, little commentary. You heard how he said King ain't shit, you know. I pay him in treats. Now, if he's not working or he's being a problematic employee, then I'm gonna have to make him clock out and go home for the day, and the treats are over. No more payment for you, buddy. You know, this is how me and my coworker. Well, he's my employee, but he is my co-host. This is how we barter his good behavior. If he decides to let the good behavior shine through that day, that stream, like that's how we do. He don't get these treats for free. No. Waffle House I know you not. I hope y'all joking because I know he got into it at the Waffle House with somebody. He got with somebody at the Waffle House after. First of all, y'all remember King walked into the Waffle House and was talking down on them like they were like he was better than them or he was above them or they were less than. Like that would be the real irony of it all if she really did work at the Waffle House. That would be crazy. I missed you too, Bonita. Bonita, te extraño también, mamacita. Ay. Ay, 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 ay. Not we know who really runs the whole operation. Yeah, Leo do kind of run things. He also obviously has been my emotional support animal since, my hiatus. Oh, somebody writing in Chinese in the chat. Oh, it's Japanese. Can't believe I caught alive. Snack time. Okay, shout out to you. I didn't know I had Japanese or people living in Japan viewers. That is very interesting to know. Thank you. Hey Jane, yes, long time no see. Yes. It has been a long time. This is so left field. King Harris is a daddy. Yeah, that is crazy. Complete and absolutely crazy. Mariana J, do I know you in real life? Do you live in Maryland? It's so funny. I really know a real Mariana, and I know she's subscribed, but I don't see her on YouTube much. But anyway, girl, that's what's going on with King. With the Harris household and their never ending shenanigans. You know what I would really love to see? I would love to see that doctor that sat down with Cam Newton. The doctor that sat down with Cam Newton and or the therapist doctor who sat down with Cam Newton and Nick Cannon and politely read them their rights. You hear me? Read them for filled in a very professional way that even involved a bit of coddling. Like it was like she had to include compliments about him that she truly wasn't even sure were true in order to try to get him to receive the message, in order to try to get him to not fly off of the handle. I would love to see her sit down with T.I. and or King Harris, because I know they wouldn't be able to take it. Cam could barely sit through it. Nick could barely sit through it. They wanted to interject and say, no, you're wrong, but this is what I do because I'm a man or because I'm an Aries or just dumbness. I would love to see that woman sit down and speak with T.I. about his demented ass parenting style, because it's definitely demented and it incentivizes creating the string of broken homes that this lady has been talking about with Cam Newton and obviously Nick Cannon as well. So that would be nice to see them sit down together. My comment screen is a little low. Okay, good to see you. Love you always. Try to get. Thank you, Josh. Oh, Josh, shout out to you, Josh. I know who you are. Thank you. It's good to see you too. I hope you've been okay. Miss you lots. Oh, you're in New York City. Gotcha. Wonder what the girl looks like. Yeah, I do too. Shout out to Josh Somerville. Very good musician here in Maryland. Okay, let's see. I had a couple of other topics I just wanted to lightly touch on. Um, I want to talk about the deliverance, but I want to give it its. I want to do right by the deliverance and give it its own separate, dedicated, well thought out video instead of just going off the top of the dome. I have no problem going off the top of the dome, but I feel like when it comes to the Black media landscape, and especially because I can be so, I'm very, how can I say this? So I'm very critical of Tyler Perry. Some could even debatably or arguably say that I'm overly critical of Tyler Perry. Be that as it may, call it what you want. You know, it's your perspective, just like this is mine about Tyler. I don't think that my perspective about Tyler will ever change because I don't believe Tyler will ever change. He's rich. He feels like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But there's a lot of things broken about the way Tyler does things. I feel like the Black media landscape deserves think pieces that are truly aimed and formulated to truly give criticism rather than just bash or dogpile on top of something. And listen, they are eating me up on Instagram right now, okay? Like they are I probably pulled it up another day. Or no, I actually have it right here. I could pull it up right here. They are eating me up because this whole Lee Daniels deliverance clip, I thought the deliverance was a very solid watch. It was a very solid watch. And I do plan on watching it again because typically when you're dealing with stuff within the spiritual realm, it has so much duality to what it means, to the meaning of it. So you watch it one time and you're like, oh, this is what the spirit meaning was. This is why they popped out and why and how they appeared and whatever. And you'll watch it another time and be like, oh, this is why. In spiritual films, especially when it comes to, you know, being possessed and all stuff like that, it's meant to have 1,093 different interpretations so that because everybody's going to take it in and consume it in a different way. Think about the Jordan Peele films. There's no two people on earth who agree that the meaning of us or get out are identical because it is such a vast, when you're dealing with spirits and possession, everybody perceives it differently. And I want to give that film its due justice. But I say all this to circle back around to my point because I brought Tyler Perry up. Lee Daniels is what I wish Tyler Perry was. There's still room for growth with Lee Daniels. Don't get me wrong. Lee Daniels, now listen, I do realize Lee Daniels has gotten real stuck on spiritual films. If you remember, his last film was The Reading, starring Monique. That was also about a spirit that had possessed a person, or two, or three. And lo and behold, that's what this current film is about. So does that make me absolutely comfortable? I mean, that's his box. I mean, I would like to see more. I don't always want to see spiritual stuff. What I will say, excuse me, what I will say about the deliverance is this: it is not as scary as social media. Social media is like literally acting like it's the exorcist or the poltergeist or shit. It was very scary, and I don't give a damn what you say. Was I in middle of high school when it was scary as hell with that damn clown in that balloon. Oh, freaky. But honestly, the deliverance, now the film is not as freaky as people are making it seem. People are like, oh, it's not that bad. Now, what I will say is, if and when you start doing your research on the real story, that will freak you out. Yes, because it is based on true events. But the film itself is really not as creepy as people are making it out to be. But for those who are not willing to watch it, I totally get it. Protect your spirit, guard your spirit. However, whatever you need to do in the name of self-preservation, baby, do that. You know, I'm not trying to make you, seem like, you need to watch it just based on what I'm saying. If things like that creep you out, if you think that based on the trailer you're not going to be able to sleep, then don't watch it, you know. But I'll be here to tell you about it. I'll be here to tell you the general notes. I'm going to do a whole structured video on it. And I just want to be fair to Lee Daniels. I just want to be fair to Lee Daniels when I talk about it. But listen, I put Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry in the same sentence on Instagram, and baby, they are chewing me up and spitting me out, and I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. They belong in the same sentence. They are similar. Lee Daniels is far more nuanced than Tyler Perry when it comes to telling Black stories or just depicting Black experiences. Lee Daniels is far more nuanced than Tyler Perry will ever be. He's willing to put in the work. Like, it's no reason why we're all laughing at that white lady sit up in that bed and say, I can smell your nappy pussy. It's like, obviously there's a blatant undertone or a current of racism in it, right? But there was something funny about it. Tyler Perry couldn't have done that. He would, matter of fact, not only would Tyler Perry not be able to done that, he wouldn't have even taken the risk to do so. That was some risky shit to do. Not only for Lee Daniels, for the white lady too. So, you know, it was at that point in the movie I chuckled and I couldn't believe it. I didn't even have on no pearls. I didn't have my necklace. I'm grasping. I'm like, oh my God. The movie was in so much of a plot twist at that moment that I didn't even have time to stay shocked as long at that, because there was a lot happening at that point in the movie. It was a 2-hour movie or an hour and 50 minutes. And it's a decent watch. And I plan on watching it again before I give my dedicated video. I do think I'm going to do off the cuff commentary, members only, tomorrow about it. But as far as my video that I'm going to do out here on the main stage outside of the paywall and everything like that, I want it to be a bit more structured, should I say, so that it doesn't seem, because I'm not trying to tear Lee Daniels down. There was lots of things that I really enjoyed about that film, but I'm not about to let y'all play with me on Instagram or anywhere else and act like, oh, Tyler just caught an unnecessary stray. What does Tyler Perry have to do with Lee Daniels? Hello, ex Monique. They're always in the same sentence. They produce films. I just so happen to think that Lee Daniels' films are a lot better than Tyler Perry's. And that is why I'm placing them in the same sentence. I'm drawing a Venn diagram, will you? And then you've got people like, oh, well, he's a billionaire. He doesn't care. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't know why he's in a sentence. Like, y'all are breaking y'all's fucking necks to defend Black billionaires who don't give a damn about you, who don't give a damn about your experience and how they tell it. They feel entitled to make you look crazy in their productions. And you got the fucking gall and audacity to take up for a nigga like that. A nigga who will constantly exploit the trauma of Black women in a very sloppy way. Don't give a damn about how our hair look. That's the most important thing to us. They don't give a damn about how they putting together these storylines. And it's repetitive and it's boring. It's only entertaining to the chitlin circuit and to the church buses. Nobody else finds Tyler Perry shit funny. I did watch Tyler Perry's last thing. What was it called? Divorce in Black. I felt like, okay, Tyler. I felt like Tyler tried to do something different with that by getting Megan Good and the Black twins ex-husband, the Black Mari twin. Is that Tia or was that Tamara? I get them confused. But y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, Tia and Tamara, you got a Black twin and you got a white twin. So I felt like Tyler really tried. I could see that Tyler tried, but there was still so many missed opportunities within that film. There was so many missed opportunities within that film. So for people to act like they don't understand why I'm comparing the production of Tyler versus Lee, they both have worked with Monique. They both work with indie talent. They both are pinching pennies when it comes to how much they want to put out with there. The difference is Tyler's a billionaire. Lee Daniels is not. And if what am I going to compare Tyler to? White media, white movies, white films, white productions. I'm going to compare it to whoever the hell else I see out here. And I feel that Tyler could use a little bit of the bravery, the risque essence of what Lee Daniels does. Lee Daniels has a lot of nuance, and I think that Tyler could learn from what Lee Daniels is doing, although Lee Daniels still has room to grow and learn. But who doesn't? Hell, I do. I still have. None of y'all watching can say that y'all don't have room to grow and learn in whatever y'all are doing either. So, baby, the film and the Black media landscape in general, baby, the waters are still troubled. I see slight progress, but I'm still very like disturbed with Black media in general. This whole pop the balloon toxicity shit, this whole 20 versus 1 toxic shit, I am fucking tired. This whole Zeus shit, the damn Ninja Turtle man, Aaron the plumber goes over to Zeus with Erica Mena, is surprised that Erica Mena maybe said something racist. Did you think that she wasn't? Like, she fetishizes y'all. She doesn't love y'all. She likes y'all penile function. And then he goes over here to Ray J, to Ray J's knockoff Zeus called Tronics. I mean, like, and Ray J out here in a mess. I mean, I'm losing the faith, baby. I'm losing the faith. Ooh. Who watched Acrimony? That was good. Acrimony was interesting. It was definitely a different like writing style for Tyler, I would say, at that time. Yeah, it was a different writing style for Tyler at that time. Something about it still seemed a little rushed with the storyline. Something seemed like it was missing there. That could have been a very fruitful production all the way around. But you know how Tyler is. Tyler is like, let's go, 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 go. We started making this film 7 days ago. Let's wrap it up. That's Tyler. So, yeah, Aaron the Ninja Turtle. Somebody said Jane pregnant. Baby, if you late, just say that. The person pregnant is T.I.'s son, King Harris. And yes, I do say men are pregnant just like women are pregnant. Y'all are both expecting a child. So I don't know the name of whoever T.I.'s son knocked up. The hooligan, the hellion, the problematic, son that felt like he could be a rapper. Ciao, bye. So yeah, he knocked up somebody. So as far as we can understand, King is pregnant. His name is King. He's pregnant, not me. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the end of the Acrimony really pissed me off, child. Pissed me off. So that is that. Ooh, I gotta sneeze. Somebody said it's your title. The title says guess who's pregnant. So you can guess that I'm pregnant. That's fine. I knew that most people were gonna assume that, especially since I've been gone for a while. But that guess just so happened to be wrong. So let's see. A couple of other things I wanted to go over, baby. Oh, this is what I wanted to go over. I wanted to go over this. This really shocked me. It really shocked me. And I really had to sit down to take this in to make sure I wasn't tripping or other folks weren't tripping. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you this. I stand with T-Boss. T-Boss is a very unproblematic lady. Very unproblematic lady. And she recently had an experience at Ruth Chris where she felt like she was profiled and mistreated. And she took to Instagram and social media to tell us about it, which is completely unlike her. She's never done that her entire career. And excuse me, I believe she's been in the game for what, like 30 years, the 90s, right? So I think it would take a lot for her to bring a restaurant experience, a discrimination experience to the internet, knowing that could taint her brain taint her brand if people don't understand it correctly, especially because sometimes we see celebrities feeling like they're special, entitled to break the rules because of their celebrity status. You know, you'll catch them feeling like, okay, well, I didn't pay for extra, but I'm insert whatever name here. I'm such and such. So why they couldn't, like, you're not above every other person just because you have a higher net worth. So knowing that people will honestly sometimes celebrities, call out celebrities and say, hey, Tamika's Den, long time no see. Call out celebrities for, you know, being entitled to be treated better than everybody else in any given establishment or environment. It can be kind of, I can see celebrities, especially non-problematic celebrities, being apprehensive to go to social media with things like this. So I want y'all to take a listen and let me know what your vantage point is, but I'm gonna let you already know. And I really should have waited, but F it. I stand with T-Boss because she's very, it was the same thing. Y'all remember Kelly Rowland when she was on the carpet a while ago and she pointed at that lady because that lady was doing too much, kept touching her gown and touching her and moving her. Kelly Rowland is such a non-problematic person outside of her being a Chris Brown defender. Outside of that, that's one time, right? Outside of that, she's so non-problematic. So you got to look at it like, what the hell did this environment do to tick off this very, very demure lady, you know? Very demure. Let's take a look at this. And if y'all haven't already taken the opportunity to hit the like button and subscribe, I don't know what you're waiting for, but baby, hit it. Get to clicking. Thank you.
I just came from the airport, so, you know, flying all day, I'm tired. We come to Northbrook, Illinois to Ruth Chris, okay? Now, I got on a hat because, like I said, I'm tired and been traveling all day. So my hair is not combed, I'm not going to take off my hat. So we come, the hostess don't say anything. All these huddle waitresses don't say anything. We get set down, we get bread, water, order our food, and then all of a sudden, 20 minutes in, the manager comes and says that I have to take off my hat. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So she's like, you got to sit at the bar. I don't drink. I don't mind sitting at the bar, but we're comfortable. I'm already tired. I don't want to play musical chairs. But then I look behind me, it's two black guys with hats and tank tops. And she said they were told, but they already ate their whole meal. And they're paying for their food, sitting in the same place. But you want me to get up? No. So I just said, F them. And got up because the lady started getting an attitude with who did she get an attitude with? Yeah. Okay, because asking a logical question, which I said, ma'am, he's not getting hostile. I know you got into it with the other table, but don't come over here getting smart with us, Miss Ruth Chris, because or hostess at Ruth Chris. Don't be getting mad at us because you mad at the black guys that you said we're supposed to take off. I said, well, it seemed like you need to do a readjustment with all your hostesses and waitresses in the whole restaurant because every last single one of them, don't they know the rules? Because I don't know what sign you're talking about because can't nobody damn see it. And every goddamn waitress, hostess, everybody's seen me with this hat. So now you want to come in with an attitude on some bull. And then didn't come back to tell us that, you know, the bar area was full where you're supposed to sit. So where the fuck you want me to eat on the floor, hoe? Hoe ass hoe. Just saying. Okay, just to end the video because I was rudely interrupted. But anyway, my thing is I don't have a problem with rules, following it, whatever, but it's how you do things too. But if somebody would have said that, we would have went and did it in the first place. But then why did she, even though they was told to take off the hat, they didn't. They served them, took their money, and gave them a check. They didn't kick their ass out. But that's what they were supposed to do if they didn't abide by the rules. So come to find out, Shaggy's crew, my crew, everybody's crew look like they sit in a master section. Why is all the black people sitting in this section? And then he got a hat that says fuck it. And he's over there. So my whole thing is everybody said they felt some weird vibes at this Ruth Chris. So seems like all the employees need a little bit of talking to, even the ones running it, because they ain't running it right, honey. And if somebody's getting away with sitting away and you still serve them and take their money, if they didn't abide by the rules, you ain't kicking them out. Don't come over there talking to me, hoe ass. Hey everybody, okay, so I just came from the airport. So, you know, flying all day, I'm tired.
Okay. So that was what happened with T-Boss. That was what happened with T-Boss at Ruth Chris. What are your thoughts, Stickies? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? I don't think that she did anything wrong. Um, I don't think that she did anything wrong. I think Ruth Chris, you can't come dressed in any old type of way. To be honest, I'm not even sure if I've ever done Ruth Chris. I personally don't have an interest in $100 steak. Like, I've had plenty of filet mignon in my life, and I don't find the need to spend $100 on it or find out an experience. I can do Capital Grill instead. Or I can do a ribeye instead, which has a bit of filet in it. Or I make my filet mignon at home. Most of the time, I make my filet mignon at home because for me personally, it's difficult for me to get my steak prepared exactly the way it's tender. Ooh, it's tender as I want when I'm out in public. So I just prefer to go buy me a 2-pack of filet mignon, 2 fillets in there for $25. Come home, make it very cutesy, very moist, and you can cut it with a butter knife. So I can't quite tell you. Yeah, somebody said they're in the airport though. Like, you want people to be dressed to the nines in the airport? Like, baby. I think that honestly, you had other people in there with hats on. You'll let me in here with the hat on. I'm not going to do all that once I get in here. Y'all, if y'all really cared about de-escalating situations and true problem resolution and things of that nature, you wouldn't even let people in there if you felt like they went against your dress code. Imagine letting me in and I sit down and I order my appetizer and a glass of Chardonnay, and I've been sitting there for about 25, 30 minutes, and you come out and tap me on the shoulder and say, "We don't allow denim jackets. Can you take that off?" No. How long have I been here? Why did you let me in if this was against the rules? I'm not about to sit in here after I'm already cozy, my seat's warm, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm finna switch around my outfit or undress or take this off and put this on. And I'm not doing all that y'all should have not let me in. That's the fact of the matter. You don't let people in with ball caps and then let them sit down and order shit and then say, take off your cap once they get comfortable. Like, that's fucking bizarre to me. If somebody had on a shirt with profane language or a photo of a naked woman, would you let them come in and get comfortable and sit down first and order things and get their wine and the appetizer's almost out and then tell them to leave? Like, that's backwards. And at this point, you're asking for disturbances in your establishment because anybody is going to push back against that, because I've been sitting here for 30 minutes with no problem. How did y'all just realize I had on something that's obstructing y'all dress code when your host should have let me know before I came in? Hey, we don't allow that hat. I'm not going to be able to seat you with that hat or with that denim jacket or so on and so forth. I'd be damned if I sit down for a certain amount of time and y'all asking me to switch my outfit around to appease y'all. Fuck y'all. And especially when I see other people over there, you ain't asking them to leave because you already got their money. Okay, well, I can give you $200 right now. Just give me the difference in whatever my check might come to 70. Give me the difference. Because is it money that really makes the difference? Honestly, you're getting money from the logic was nonsensical, and I can see why she brought this to social media, as dangerous as it can be for a non-problematic celebrity to bring a discrimination claim in a public establishment, especially a restaurant, to social media. This could have easily backfired on T-Balls, but if you check the temperature in all of the comment sections, everybody's on her side. Everybody's like, that makes no sense. It makes no sense. And again, if you want to ensure that you have the least amount of disturbances or problematic guests as possible, you would check it at the door. And that way, if the person wants to turn up at the hostess stand because they have on a hat or something that goes against the dress code, then it's outside of the establishment, and we're not even all the way in here in the middle of a dimly lit dining room where y'all are attempting to be romantic for everybody else. Because I can understand that can be a disturbance for other people, but it really does sound like, just like what T-Boss said, like, yeah, my seat warm. Like, it sounds like what T-Boss said, like y'all need to get y'all whole staff on one accord. That's the annoying part. Remember I was telling y'all about my doctors earlier? This doctor sending me to this doctor. I went from the neurologist to the blood doctor. The blood doctor said, I think you need to see a neurologist. I'm like, lady, the neurologist brought me here. It creates a frustrating experience for the fucking patron, for the customer. Because why the host got me under one impression and it's like, okay, you fine to eat here, but there's somebody else tapped me on my shoulder saying you're not fine to eat here if you're wearing that. When I was wearing that, when the hostess sat me. Like, y'all not communicating properly creates a very dizzy experience for the customer, for your patrons. Like, let's be real. And then it is just kind of giving discrimination. It's giving discrimination. Like, you asking me to leave because I haven't. Girl, I would have got up and left too, honestly. I'm not working around y'all. I don't mind working with a restaurant if they're having some sort of issue, but this issue wasn't my issue. This was y'all's issue. Like, I can't work with you with that. If I order a ribeye and after I order it, you come out and say, I'm so sorry, we out of ribeye. You want to try a T-bone? I might be like, okay. But I'm not working with y'all because y'all can't communicate through y'all employees. And now y'all trying to tell me to change my outfit around. Maybe no. Not after my buns and already warmed up my seat. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. Not doing it. I'm with T-Boz. I think that she was right. And I think it sucks that she had to deal with this. And I also think that Ruth Chris need to make a statement. I think it would be really nice if Ruth Chris could release some sort of public statement about this. TLC is a legacy. She shouldn't have been treated that way. She didn't do anything wrong. I think that they need to make a statement. Someone said, did I have my cortisol checked? I don't even know what that is. What is a cortisol? Cortisol? Is that what that says? Sorry, you know my eyes are not that good right now. I don't know what a cortisol is. I don't know what that is. Who's pregnant? T.I.'s son, King, is pregnant. The real bad son is always in the news for the worst of the worst thing. Because T.I. does have more than one son. And they are actually very mellow. One of them does music. The other one is over there minding his business. But King is very problematic. And yes, he's a hooligan and he is pregnant. He got somebody pregnant. That's who's pregnant. But the people coming in asking. You know what? Next person coming to ask, I'm going to just tell y'all I'm pregnant. I fuck it. Shit. I'm going to just tell y'all it's me. Next person, Sean. Y'all want to be late? I'm going to mislead you. I'm going to mislead you. Fuck it. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Okay, so somebody said, where'd you been at? Baby, I spent 45 minutes talking about it in the beginning of this video. Please rewind. I don't want to bore the people who are still sitting here from the beginning. But I did spend a good 45 minutes in the beginning going through all of what the hell I've been up to since I've been gone. So this is the thing. When it comes to Lake Lanier, when the fuck are they going to learn? Like, I really want to know. Like, I don't even know why y'all still playing games on them people rooftop that are their souls are eternally stuck to that lake, and why y'all keep playing with them. When are you gonna learn? Why do you keep playing? Why do y'all, child? This is what I'm not understanding about this generation. It's like fuck around and find out is a figure of speech. It's kind of like an African proverb, but people been testing it. And that's not what it was made for. See, Black people, we speak a certain type of language, right? You ever been out while you was a child with your, and I'm speaking to the Black people. I know I have some people in my audience who may not be Black, but right now I'm speaking to the Black ones, right? This is a growing up Black experience. You ever been out with your parents and another kid was acting crazy in the fucking store? And your parent just gave you this look like, if you ever try that mess, try it and see what happened. Try it and see what happened was the original fuck around and find out. But even as a child, even being 6, even being 4, you knew damn well that wasn't a dare to do it. Like, hello? Hell, oh. Now, people are really fucking around and finding out. I'm looking at one male and one female rappers who got ops, and they show up to the ops grave, dissing them and digging up the body. Oh, you playing with spirits. Now, that's scary. The Deliverance movie ain't scary, but that is scary, playing with the grave of somebody, even though they're your ops and you ain't get along with them. And then these people come up dead in like a month. Oh, you thought it was a game, dummy? What is wrong with you? One dude did a whole interview 2 days before. I ain't never been touched. Ain't nobody gonna touch me out here. After he done already took a shovel to his op's grave. 2 days later, he out of here. He either in the upper or the lower room. I don't know where God put him at, but he's in one of these rooms, and it ain't the earthly realm. The girl who did it, and this all happened this all happened over this summer. The girl did it. She accidentally killed her ex-boyfriend amid a domestic violence dispute. They had this back and forth, putting their hands on each other, whatever. She accidentally kills him, whatever, somehow gets out because it was deemed self-defense after they finally did all of whatever. And they put her in witness protection because it was dangerous for her. Although he's gone, his family was still very heavily gang affiliated in the streets and deemed dangerous. So they put her in witness protection because they deemed it not to be safe for her. Do you know that this girl ditched witness protection, came out to be a mid-ass, ridiculous sounding rapper? She was not talented. Man, fuck being anonymous. I want to be a rapper and I want people to know me. And then one of her biggest things that she was trying to claim to was, yeah, I killed my ex. We smoking on my ex pack. Toy tombstones of her ex, stomping and playing and walking on the grave. Now she dead. Y'all keep really fucking around and finding out. And I'm wondering what the fuck is wrong with y'all. Like, I'm like, what's not clicking? You might be a little slow. You might be a little delayed, special needs. You might not have the best critical thought process. But y'all ain't scared of dying. At the very least, I don't care what your IQ is. Y'all ain't scared of dying. Black people. Black people. Because you know, when it comes to scary movies, black people and white people do two totally different things. The house literally is saying "get out" in a spiritual voice, and white folks are let's call the folks and see what this is about and go explore. The house told us to get out. Black folks, like, we got a little bit of common sense when it comes to death. And fear and physical torture and shit like that. What are y'all doing running straight to doing a straight beeline towards death? Like, what's wrong, baby? I don't know what's wrong with him, baby. I don't know what's wrong with him. Yes, all eyes on me. She was in witness protection and she ditched it because she felt like she was finna pop off as a rapper and she wanted the fame and attention. And obviously, if you're trying to be a rapper, you're throwing away your anonymity. Anonymity. I have a hard time saying that. You throw away your ability to be anonymous. Like, but that's what she thought was worth it. And where's she at now? In the upper or lower room? Upper room, lower room, we don't know. She is doomed. It's like, I need to pray tonight and hope she don't come back and haunt me tonight. I'm just saying, though, like, for real. I'm talking about spirits and whatnot, and here I am pissing her off. Whoop. Sorry. My bad, girl. My bad, girl. I ain't got no sense, girl. Well, I don't know if I'm looking, baby. Can't assume everybody in heaven now. Some people was burning up. Shout out to Eric Boykins for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. I was about to say, what did Apple Pay take $175 for? Girl, it was my hair. Okay. Shout out. I was ready to dispute that charge so fast. Yeah, they think everything a TikTok challenge. Shoot, I ain't playing with them. I am not playing with them. Um, so yeah, I don't play with playing with the entities and whatnot. Absolutely not. Doing TikTok dances in flames. Stop. Woo. Y'all is out of pocket.
Ooh, stay positive. Okay, I will. I will. No, I had to throw a little shade. I'm Shady Boo.
Yeah, no, I don't mess with them souls. Shout out to the people that actually do, like, because I was looking into the real story of the deliverance and doing research on it, and there are people who actually, officers, priests, and people who even just on an amateur level for fun, they really study and chase paranormal activity. There was a police officer who specialized in paranormal activity around the time of the origin of the movie of Deliverance, like the real story, the real black woman and her child that got possessed or whatever. And there was some weird shit going on at that house. It was some weird stuff going on. I heard the police officer talk about it. I heard the priest, or I think you call it father in the Catholic religion. I heard the father talk about it. He performed 3 very long, extensive exorcisms in that house. 2 on the son and 1 on the mother. They just had a really demonic energy stuck to them. Like I said, the real story is far more scary than the movie. The movie, what I can say is this. I'm glad that the movie, for lack of better words in this moment, I'm glad that the film glamorized a bit of it. It wasn't all spirits, possess. Like, it wasn't all that. Like, there were other elements to it. The role that Monique played as a caseworker, the dynamic between the main character and her mother, the one who was talking about the nappy cooch. There were lots of other dynamics that went into play that you could pay attention to. But I do still have a lot of thoughts about the film. Honestly, I have more good than bad thoughts about the film. But yeah. This eyelash is driving me completely nuts. And I don't want to keep touching my eye because that's how you get a sty. I wasn't trying to rhyme, I promise you. I don't want to keep touching my eye because that's how you get a sty, for real. Somebody says, have you, what is that? Oh, I cannot see. Have you lost weight? Yes, I have lost weight with what's going on. Yes. Hey, TPJ, haven't seen. Oh, you look on the other screen. I cannot see. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going good. Thank you. Thank you. I heard the house was demolished, but still strange occurrences happened. You are 100% right. The house was demolished. One person bought the house, and because they wanted to film a documentary and they wanted to capture some of the spooky stuff firsthand, and they purchased the house, and all that spooky stuff affected the entire cast, the crew, the camera crew that they brought in there, and they moved out and had the home demolished because it was just too much going on in the house and in their personal life. The same thing happened actually on the set of The Deliverance this time. So I think the one that was made in the past about this very same incident, it was called Demon House. I believe you can watch that on Apple TV, Amazon Prime Video, and there's somewhere else. I can't remember what the third one is. You might be able to watch it on YouTube. It's called Demon House. This one that Lee Daniels recently did with Monique, there was some very strange and odd occurrences spreading throughout the cast during that time too, almost as if some sort of like negative energy maybe like grabbed a hold of them. Very weird. I don't want to get too much into it because, like I said, I'm going to do a dedicated video about it, but I'm probably going to watch it again tomorrow and take some detailed notes. When I watch it the first time, sometimes I want to take notes, but I'm not really taking in everything because I'm pausing and taking notes. So I really didn't take many notes the first time. I took a few, honestly. Y'all probably can't see that because of the white balance, but you can see it says the deliverance up there. I took a few notes, but I want to watch it again and take more extensive notes and really have more of an analytical approach to creating dialogue around that film and how it relates, in my opinion, to other aspects of the Black media landscape, and really have a constructive conversation rather than just giving like my flat out opinion of the film. I want to put more value into the video that I create about the film, because the film was definitely very interesting and it's something to think about. So yeah, like the Poltergeist that happened on the set of the Poltergeist. When they were filming that, they were having so many problems on set and in their real lives, the cast and crew, because it's such, it's dark subject matter, and hey, maybe it does attach to people, for people who believe in that. So yeah, that like happened on the Poltergeist. So, but I know if it sounds like, if you're listening to what I'm saying, that the movie is like scary as hell, but the movie isn't scary as hell from a viewer perspective. Now, what I will say, what would be scary for me is if I was on set, if I was a camera person or an assistant or an actress on that set, that might frighten me a bit. But from the viewer's experience, because that's like hours and hours of having to put in and tapping in and to watch it and creating that energy and creating that project, that's something different, and having to consume it and being right there up in person with it. But from a viewer perspective, it's not scary. And I don't want to call myself like a movie punk, but there are lots of stuff that I just cannot watch because it's scary. I'm very squeamish. I don't like scenes where they blowing somebody's head off. I have to look away. I just found out I can watch Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island at night. Judge me. Go ahead. Let the judgment flow. Let the judgment flow. Come on in. Judge me. Judge me. Baby, when I tell you Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island scared me shitless in the 5th grade. And I only just watched it again from the 4th. Watched it at nighttime one night. Baby, them zombies, that gardener, the lady with the cats that owned that house turned out to be witches with voodoo dolls for Scooby and everybody in the van. Oh, woo! I said, that is not a night. I'm a grown-ass woman. Told my boyfriend, I'm like, we cannot watch it at night. Straight 12 o'clock, middle of the afternoon. I was like, can you download Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island so I can see if I can watch it? That was like a month ago, and I learned, okay, I can watch it. Wasn't even that scary. I was just a kid. But it had me horrified. And the thing is, I love the movie because I remember the songs from the soundtrack that played throughout the thing. So I'm like singing the songs while I'm growing up, knowing I can't watch the movie because I had nightmares so bad. So I'm telling you, this is somebody that literally couldn't watch, as a grown-ass woman, couldn't watch Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island at night. Telling you that the deliverance is not that scary. Yes, them zombies was looking crazy. And then they had good songs about the zombies. And I like this. I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. Courage the Cowardly Dog, I still don't think. You know what? Courage the Cowardly Dog was a little scary, to be completely honest. Courage the Cowardly Dog was a little scary, and he stayed trying to tell them what the fuck he was seeing, and they did not believe him. They did not believe him. Do I have any other symptoms outside of joint pain? I don't know if it's a coincidence that my vision started going up at that time too. Around about when I noticed my knees was having issues, I was noticing my eyes was having issues too. And this is the reason why, as I'm trying to read your comments, you see me keep like getting close to the screen, because my vision my vision has suffered as well. I'm not sure if that's related or not, you know. But I can't really think of anything else besides joint pain and my knees, the numbness and tingling and tension in my knees, my toes, my now mind you, the numbness and tingling in my fingers has pretty much almost gone away completely. And my toes still there a little bit. Definitely still there on my knees. It's not in my face anymore. It was in my lips and like just moving around different areas of my face. Not in my face anymore at all. There was one other thing I was about to say. What are the symptoms? Vision joints. Oh, my appetite. But I think I struggle with my appetite sometimes. The difference between appetite and hunger. I think hunger is your innate need to eat, like your body telling you, I need, like your stomach is growling, you're hungry. But do you have an appetite? Do you desire to eat right now? And oftentimes I'm hungry and I just don't feel like eating like anything. I can think about my favorite food, worst food, quick food, snack, cookie, this, that, and don't. So, but that is something that I feel like is not specific to this season because I've had that issue with appetite versus hunger in the past. So I do get hungry but don't have an appetite. And I think that that's like just kind of related to like the stress of the sicknesses in general. I don't think that it's the sickness reducing my appetite because there have been several other things I've went through in life, especially pertaining to and relating surrounding stress, where my appetite has decreased, but my hunger has still existed, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's that. They must be behind in the video though. So yeah, Courage was lit. Wait, Courage was lit. Freaky Friend. It's just American Horror Story. Yeah, was having weird. Oh, I didn't know American Horror Story has something crazy going on. Really, I really enjoyed the only one that I watched of American Horror Story was the witch one. That was really good. That was really, 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 really good. You had Gabby in there, the girl who played Precious, or woman, should I say, who played Precious in there. You had the woman that played in the Titanic in The House That Prays. I wish I could remember her name. She's a little like heavy set plus size white woman. She was in there. Yeah, I really enjoyed that, but I have not watched any other segment of American Horror Story outside of, I believe it was called Coven with the witches. They even had like a country rock star in there. I actually really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. So I'm not sure if I should explore the other like segments, you know, because they got like different installments. One is about witches and one is about, I'm not sure if I should watch the other ones. But I really enjoyed Coven. It reminded me of a lot of the different series that I enjoy, such as Wednesday, which is the Addams Family. And I didn't even watch the Addams Family like that at all growing up, but Wednesday on Netflix, very good. I'm glad that they're coming out with another series. So yeah, absolutely. What did VVC say? I'm just awake from being too drunk too early. Shout out to VVC Life. Shout out to you. Let me just say this. I apologize. I'm sorry. And you know what I'm sorry for. It wasn't intentional, but I'm sorry. And I've had a lot going on, but when don't I? Especially when I talk to you, like I always have a lot going on, but you know what it is. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, Wednesday was absolutely amazing. Season 1. Kathy Bates. Oh, that's her name from what you call. That's her name from Titanic and A Family That Prays. And I can't remember what that other film that Kate Winslet did with Leonardo DiCaprio after Titanic, and they were a couple in there too, as they were a couple in Titanic. But yeah, she did a very, very, very good job in American Horror Story Coven. She did an amazing job. She did. She did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. What she say? Sorry, 2024. This is my sorry for 2004, and I ain't gonna mess up no more this year. I'ma take this one chance to make it real clear. I'm sorry, May, and I'm sorry for June, sorry for July, in case I don't tell you August, September, October, November, tell you December, I'm sorry. Ow! Psych. No, I am sorry. I missed out on so much this year because I've been sick and haven't known how to deal with it, but I am not finna let that keep me where I am. I'm very disappointed in myself for dropping the ball with a couple of different amazing opportunities this year. Honestly, amazing opportunities. But truly, physically and mentally, I just like wasn't there. Like, I don't know what this autoimmune thing I have going on is, but I wasn't able to walk. I wasn't able to do a lot of stuff on my own. And that's difficult to accept when you're 30. Okay. So the sickness itself hurt my fucking feelings. And I had to figure out how to love myself and love my body and appreciate the health that I have left rather than focusing and honing in and obsessing over what wasn't going right with my health. It's like, okay, my knees don't work the way they used to. I'm experiencing these issues, but what can I be grateful for though? As opposed to what am I pissed off about pertaining to my health? You know what I'm saying? So I really just had to try to flip it and see it another way. Like, I'm still very much able-bodied. I can still work. I can still walk. I can still jog. You know what I mean? It's just that if a murderer was chasing me up the street right now, that's over. But but what are the chances of that? So it's like I have a lot to be grateful for, and I realized I needed to focus more on that than the sickness. So that's what I ultimately ended up doing in order to recalibrate and lift up my spirits and change my perspective from being so pessimistic to being optimistic and getting back on this camera to be able to talk to y'all about whatever. But I was not finna come on here and spew random, odd, negative energy. And I felt like because of this physical sickness, it was making me a little like negative and just pissed off all the time. I can't go. I can't be online like that. And that type of mentality. Like I can't. It'll cause you to crash out. You will crash out. Like you will. Especially doing live content. Recorded content, something different. But live, and I really enjoy going live. Like, can't be going live with my mind doing this. And my mind is only in this way because I'm not really accepting well with what's going on physically. So yeah. That was that. Wait. Oh, what is that comment? End of the workday here in Japan, girl. I'll catch you again. Don't stay away so long. We miss you. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your viewership, especially all the way from Japan. I won't be going away. Those About to Die. Is that a movie on Peacock? Oh, Those About to. Okay, I do have Peacock. Got you. I will be. Matter of fact, let me take a picture of that. I'm always watching something. I can't even tell y'all everything I've been watching because, baby, Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, baby, they have my undivided attention. Let's see. Pretty well, I say you remembered the lyrics too. Yes, baby. Why wouldn't I remember the lyrics to Ruben Stuttered It? Ruben Stuttered It. My 40 change my life. Also, prioritizing mental health and personal well-being is important. I'm glad you work hard to get this far. It's truly, yeah, it is. Sing Be Optimistic by Soul to Soul. I don't know that song. I don't know that song. I don't know that person. Well, I might know the song, but sometimes you know how you know a song from like back in the day. Maybe your mother used to have it on the radio, but you don't know the name of the group or the people or whatever. I don't recognize that. I don't recognize that. Okay, let me see. There was some stuff I wanted to go over about the deliverance, but I really think I'm going to save that for a completely dedicated video. Um, let's get into this Lake Lanier mess. I definitely fell off on a tangent when bringing it up before. Oh, I just got hungry out of nowhere. Like, why did I just get hungry? Oh, I'm hunger. I hunger. How do you feel? I hunger. Okay. So yeah, this had me commenting on Twitter. And shout out to the people who follow me on Twitter. I posted this on Twitter. I'm just like, Lake Lanier claims another life in tragic Labor Day weekend drowning. Apparently, there was a man trying to swim from the shore to his boat in Lake Lanier and he drowned. This is what I'm talking about when I say, why are we literally daring the figure of speech fuck around and find out? Like, why are we really fucking around and finding out, knowing damn well this was created to be a sarcastic terminology? Knowing damn well that when our parents told us back in the day, try it if you want to. We know at 6 that that's a damn, okay, let's not do this. So why fuck around and find out? Truly, the original form of fuck around and find out was try it if you want to, coming from every black mama on the planet. Try it if you want to. Then it evolved into fuck around and find out. And now people really fucking around and they really finding out. Why? It's unnecessary. I just want to know, did the man look like this or did he look like this? I just want to know. Because I'm be real embarrassed if he was one of us. If he wasn't one of us, should have done your research, because we all know Lake Lanier is full of aggravated souls. There's actually a whole history behind Lake Lanier. Most of us even know about, even if you don't know all the facts, you know that Lake Lanier is dangerous. At the very least, every black person knows Lake Lanier is dangerous. There's a racial history behind Lake Lanier. There's a sad history behind Lake Lanier. Someone said, have I tried fasting? I mean, would you consider like not eating for like 36 hours at a time fasting? Because sometimes I do that. It's not intentional, but yeah, people still going out to Lake Lanier. Like, make it make sense. Evil and From is a great series. Let me take a picture of that too, child. Y'all be putting me on. Somebody say Evil and From is a great series. Okay. I will be looking for that. I haven't found the ethnicity of the person who over 700 people. Yeah. Let me put her comment on the screen. Yeah. Like, this should be common sense to most. Or some people really feel like they can defy the odds. They feel like, oh, everybody else touched the stove and it's hot. When I touch it, it ain't gonna be hot. It's like Jennifer Hudson dating Common. Girl, that stove is hot. That hot has burned many women. Do you have your oven mitts on? Are you safe? Girl. That man done been with Jaguar Wright, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Tiffany Haddish. Baby, everybody. Just name me every woman in Hollywood, and he's been with them. And you think that stove ain't gonna be hot? Okay. Kim Kardashian thought the stove wasn't gonna be hot when it came to Kanye too. We see how that went, right? Oh, he treated Amber Rose like that. Well, I'm not blackly black. I'm not a nigger. He's gonna treat me right because I'm a preference. I'm an exotical. Oh, girl, had you online crying? Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's gonna send Santana on Love and Hip Hop. Oh, he's not gonna treat me that way because I'm a spicy Latina. You treat that woman you got with Joe Budden and you had a baby. How did he treat you, Sin? Oh, the stove was hot. Oh, you thought you were different. Oh, all right. The stove be hot. Okay, like Erica Mena, you thought Safari was gonna. The stove was hot. I don't know why, because you think that, oh, he dated black women and fucked them over, but I'm not black, so I'm gonna get treated. Okay. Oh, I'm white. The niggers die in Lake Lanier. I'm not gonna die. The nigger soul said, oh, you gonna learn today, you sun dodger, you. Hey, listen, I don't decide what the ancestors are going to do. I'm just creating commentary around the ancestors. I didn't make the decision. Okay. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Ah. But hey, they're still going out Lake Lanier. It's still. I really don't know why they even let people go out there. I'm not even sure why they allow you to boat out there. I'm not sure why you would hop in the water, why they don't have like lifeguards out there. I'm truly not sure why they don't drain the lake. I'm truly not. There have been too many casualties for them to not just drain the dam. It's a deadly lake. Let's call a thing a thing. That is a deadly lake. Let's drain it to prevent more deaths. But hey, maybe I don't know what the incentive could be for leaving it functioning and allowing people to continue to lose their lives. But you know, people passing sign. Hey. Ciao. Okay, so let me see. We got T-Boss. Is there anything else that we are going to cover? Are we ending the bus ride? Oh, let me just cover this little nigga real quick. Ciao. This nigga stay in some trouble. This nigga really just can't get right. Like, he really just cannot get right. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, like, we would have never thought that beautiful girls, you swear on every word, they'll have you. Hey, ooh, it's hot. If you say it, like, who would have known he would be so problematic and like so broke and so scammy, and that his mother would participate with him? What? Oh yeah, Common was with Taraji. Forgot about her. Yeah, like Sean Kingston is very problematic. He does not pay his bills. He stays scamming everybody from watch companies to his lean plug to T-Mobile to everybody, baby. Everybody. I see we got a couple of new people. The numbers did go down, but I do see some new people entering the chat. So some left, some came in. Please make sure you... Ooh, excuse me. Hold on. You hit the like button. Hit the like button for me, please. He was with Serena too. Yes, Common was. Yes, Serena. It's a DMX song. Serena Taraji. Jaguar, Erica, Lauryn Hill. Like, who? Tiffany Heck. Girl. Let's get into Sean, child. Sean, I'm gonna hurry up and get up off you. Let's zoom in. Sean Kingston ordered to pay $916,000, pretty much $1 million, over luxury deal gone wrong. Now, I'm not sure if y'all remember. I reported on this the day that it broke last year. Might have been last year. I don't think it was more than. I don't think it was 2022. It had to have been 2023. And basically, Sean Kingston has been like, I know he ain't date Gayle King. Y'all stop playing. Stop it. I know Common ain't date no Gayle King. You lying. Bye. So yeah, I report. Is you telling the truth? Send me a receipt. So anyway, so Sean Kingston, like last year, I remember reporting on Sean Kingston being doxxed online because the drug dealers got fed up with him. He was hooked on lean, apparently. And so he was buying lean from different people, and they got fed up with him, kept running off like, oh, I got you next time. I got this deal about to go through. I got this tour about to do, got you next time, and raked up a bill with several different lean salesmen, I guess you could say, right? Never heard that before, but that's essentially what they are, right? They got fed up. They in communication. They end up realizing, oh, he owed me 2,000. Oh, he owe you 3. Oh, he owed me 4. Oh, let's blast this nigga. They doxed him so bad, doxed his address, his social, his name, his T-Mobile bill. He owed T-Mobile $7,000. Scamming this luxury watch company. His mother got locked up with him too for some scam scheme that they was doing. So him and his mother mugshots came out at the same time because they got locked up at the same time. It's like, damn. Like, what is you got going on, sir? What's going on? Little chubby butt always in trouble. Always. And he's always had this like unibrow thing, and that bothers me. But forget how I feel. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's not about the unibrow. It's about Sean. It's about Sean. Okay, this nigga, Sean just can't get right, and it's like, with the little bit of notoriety he has left, with the legendary handful of songs that he has made, he could really use that to do better than like the average person. Like, it's no need for him to have to do this scamming to live a luxurious life. Who the hell are you trying to impress? Because who the fuck is impressed or interested in you anyway? You're not relevant. Like, you don't gotta do this. You need to work again from the bottom up. Like, get back in the studio, get back in the booth. What are you doing? Why you out here scamming and getting locked up, and then your mother participating in y'all? Child. Yes, his chubby butt. Because I look at Sean Kingston like a bad little boy that has not been properly like reprimanded or whatever. So I think about the Beautiful Girls music video and all that, and I'm just like, what is your chubby butt out here doing? Running amok for nothing. This is unnecessary. You act like you would have to go live in a homeless shelter if you stop scamming right now, and that's not the case. You might have to do a little 2-bedroom apartment. You might not be able to do your mansion and wear, $50,000 watches, but you still gonna be straight. Like, you're not gonna be hungry. I see you're not missing no motherfucking meals. So what's the real problem right here, Sean? Sean, come to the front of the bus. I need to have a word with you. Sit in the front seat. Let's talk. Stop it. Stop it now. It's just uncalled for. But hey, if he want to throw his life away, I'm not throwing my hand in the blood. Listen, when niggas want to throw their life away, baby, burn the cape. Burn the cape. I'm not throwing my life in the blender trying to save you. Like, it's just not happening. You don't want the help. You want to scam. So scam gives me something to report about. I can't talk you into having common sense from the internet. I'm very well aware of how parasocial relationships work. Okay. Do what you want to do, Sean. Okay, boy. Right, like I'm sure it's a lot of stuff that he could actually sell to get some of the money that he's looking for. Like, not they said his beard is a scam. I thought I was cutting up. Y'all really cutting up. See, I be thinking I'm bad. Really, my child. Y'all are out of pocket.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
But for real, not only are y'all out of pocket, I'm out of pocket too. Like, let's keep it about. I'm out of pocket. It's late, and when it get late, I kind of don't give a damn what the hell I'm saying. But also, Sean Kingston is too old for this. Two things can be true at once. We can be out of pocket, and Sean can be too old for this shit. He too old for this shit.
Nigga, you gotta be ashamed of yourself, nigga. Real talk. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. Old as you is.
Old as you is. Okay. Sean, now get the hell up off my bus. Get up. How do I get him off my bus? Let's pull off. Let's leave him here. Because I don't have time for Sean and his shit. He one of the ones that just can't get right. It ain't that he can get right, but he won't get right. So we just say can't get right. But come on now. Come on. Open chat real quick. Let's have open chat for about like 10 minutes and then we're gonna go. All right. I have some other topics, but I want to save them for dedicated videos. Some behind the paywall, members only, some for in front the paywall. Not speeding off. Yes, baby, speeding off, because I don't have time for him to be running to catch the bus. And he can't run that much anyway. So it really didn't take speeding. All I had to do was really go from, you know what I'm saying, get up to 40 miles per hour, and I knew he wasn't catching up with the bus. Let's just keep it about. Okay. We already know. All right. Maybe if he never mind. Let me stop. I was about to go too far. Open chat for 10-15 minutes. What time is it? 3:59. All right. Around 4:10, 4:15. We somebody said 15 miles per hour. Y'all ain't right. Y'all is not right. Oh, I'm so glad I hadn't just took a sip of Gatorade when I saw that, because that really was funny. All right, so we got like 10 or 15 minutes that we're gonna sit here and do a little bit of open chat. And coast, kick, push, and coast. Let me think. So, I found the dynamic between Cam Newton and his, what is this, his third baby mama, Jazzy, the comedian Instagram lady. Let me tell you something. Cam Newton dresses like a toddler without supervision. I get so tired of seeing him with the hats with the holes in the top and the couple locks and the twisty thing around the top and plaid bottoms and socks coming up over top of the plaid pants and a fur scarf and a green blazer, boneless blazer that ain't ironed, very wrinkled. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, do you want to be Andre 3000 for Halloween? Because that's the only time that this fashion sense would be acceptable. It would be funny if you were like, I'm being Andre 3000 from back in the day for Halloween. I'd be like, you know what? Now that's funny. Because Andre would mix some patterns and textures and all this together. But somehow Andre 3000 shit never came off halfway as corny as Cam Newton. Cam Newton dressed like fucking Dennis Rodman at his wedding. And I'm bothered. I'm bothered. Not only am I bothered by what he's wearing, I'm bothered by what he's saying. I'm bothered at him thinking that he really saying some shit because he got a podcast. Everybody got a fucking podcast. It takes nothing to create a YouTube channel. And you think you saying something and you think you sounded smart and you not. Yo, watching him talk to that lady and being offended that that lady didn't want to have nothing to do with niggas with kids because he's a nigga with 8 kids was hilarity. It was absurd at the same time, but it was hilarity. And I also wonder how many times does Cam Newton apply chapstick? Because his lips don't always look like dry in real time. They look like they've been dry for years. And even if he put on chapstick today, we would still see some of the dry damage. I don't know, like, what is up with that. There is so much that bothers me about him. And then you add on the goofy shit that his latest baby mama is saying online. Oh, I have never taken so many deep sighs after opening the Twitter app in my life, outside of that grooving gorilla nigga, that big burly and just dancing and eating with all the big teeth. And woo, he make me sigh real bad too. But that lady told him, okay? That lady told his ass, some dusty men can't be moisturized. Oh, I don't, I just, I don't know what he be having going on. Like, and the lady out here simping. She out here simping real bad. That Cam Newton girlfriend, she's simping something serious. It's not the fact that you rub his back until he fall asleep and you notice his breathing change. Like, I feel like she be trying to say shit because she's a comedian, so she is one of her most frequent pastimes may be to structure talking points. That's what a comedian does, right? Just like it's kind of like what I do, right? But I'm not a comedian. I might have my funny moments, but I'm not a comedian, and I know that. Just some of y'all find me funny as fuck. I find myself funny as fuck. I ain't gonna fucking hold you. But I feel like she just be saying shit to sound good for or to the internet. She sound crazy. This nigga is talking about he want more kids. The lady said, where you want him to come from? I just want him to come. I just want God to bring him. You looking to get married? He ain't naming you. He ain't saying he want to have more kids, but you out here simping real bad like this. Real bad. He got 8 kids. 8. Somebody said she getting that money. Somebody said don't hate. What am I hating on? I just want to say, like, I'm not trying to be argumentative with you, but I'm saying there is nothing about Jazzy's circumstance that I would have to hate on. It doesn't seem like she's getting that money. It doesn't seem like she's getting that happiness. Every time she comes to the internet, what is she telling us? I love to be in service to my man. I love to take care of him and the kids he had before me. She only got, what, 1 or 2 kids with him? He has 8 kids. So was she taking care of 6 other kids, getting up at the ass crack of dawn every day to feed an octopus of kids? She's Octomom and only had 2 tentacles, but she's taking care of 8. And talking about all she does for this man, and she wakes up at the ass crack of dawn and stays up till way late at night and gets up the next day and does it again and don't even sit down to eat her meal. She's standing up in the kitchen. Does Cam ever express doing things of this magnitude for her? Does Cam get online and say, I serve my woman like this. This is my love language and this is what I give to her? Is it one-sided? Is she really getting money? Is she getting money? Is she getting respect? Is she getting reciprocity? Is she's like, is there a return on the investment here and all that she is investing in this union, hoping she'll make it to wife? And she's baby mama number what, 3 or 4? And he's got 8 kids and he wants more. And he can't even definitively say, I want more kids with her. He just wants more kids. He thinks he might maybe possibly get married in the future, but he cannot definitively say he's going to marry her. But she's living in the household, taking care of all 8 of his tentacles while only really pushing out 2 and doing all of this work. What is her return on investment or interest here? Baby mama number 3, she is. Yeah, that's what it is. Because she named her whole comedy tour while wearing his jersey while being super pregnant, 3rd time's a charm. So, for somebody to say don't hate on Jazzy, there is nothing about her situation or circumstance that I want to have anything to do with. I am much more satisfied with my needs with high tension and my life as I have it. Myself and my partner have no kids. And if and when we do decide to have kids, in which we've had this conversation, that's what we're going to do. But I'm not taking care of 6 other kids from from however many other women and being up at the ass crack and not having and not even being able to sit down and enjoy my nourishment, enjoy my meal and nourish my body because I'm busy taking care of Cam's irresponsible ass who is still out here entertaining other women and laying down with everybody else in their motherfucking mama. That is not a life that I desire. So there's nothing for me to hate, but I will give you my opinion about it. When I get up in the morning, the only people I have to take care of is myself and my motherfucking cat. That's it. Meow Mix ain't that expensive. About like $6 for a bag. That'll last you for about a month and a half, maybe 2. Very cutesy, very minimal, very demure. Not kids from another man, not a cat from another man. This was my cat that I got on my own. Okay. So I'm fine with budgeting the way that I budget and living how, and I don't give a damn if it was Bow Wow, because one person that I really thought that I was going to grow up and marry was Bow Wow. Yes, I was one of them girls with the word up posters from the magazines on my wall. I don't give a damn if it was Bow Wow. I'm not taking care of your 6 kids just because I had 1 or 2 by you. No. Maybe 1. More than that, you think I'm running a daycare and all that other type of shit? Absolutely not. Not when you're an irresponsible man and I'm serving you hand and foot every day. And what are you doing for me? Outside of letting me live in your mansion. Is she getting an allowance? Is she doing some Carisha shit? Is she getting pissed on? Did something happen that where's the bag? Because for me, it seems like all she has is access, visibility, and an opportunity at this point, which allows her to be opportunistic. But does she have anything that truly has any longevity that she's going to be able to take with her if and when she gets fed up and tired of Cam Newton's bullshit? Does she have anything to take with her that is substantial outside of them kids? She's living in a mansion now, but when things don't work out with her and Cam, where she's going to be living that? A 2-3-bedroom apartment or condo. What's that doing for the long run? Now I've got to raise this kid for 18 years, battle you in and out of court because you don't like to handle your business. You like to give people cars and take them back and all these other things. Oh, baby, he's not the prize. There is nothing to hate on here. Nothing. Especially from a man that is diligently creating broken homes, knowingly so. Like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. If we're going to be anything, we need to be fucking for real. We are not daycares. We may know how to take care of children innately and instinctually better than men because, hello, we are the portal, but we are not daycares. Okay. Does Cam even say her name? No, he really doesn't. He really doesn't. He does not. So somebody said a luggage bag of expensive shit, right? And that's not enough for all of the turmoil that this union and the demolition of this union is going to bring me, especially because it's so heavily in the public eye, and he's just going to move on to the next piece of arm candy, the next trophy. And that's going to crush me because this is playing out in public, and there is going to be public discourse about it. So that adds the insult to injury. The luxury that we have as private citizens, as not being celebrities or public figures that are so polarizing or whatever, or popular, is we get to live out our embarrassing or not moments that we aren't so proud of in private and heal in a different way. People who are in public have to deal with the impact of the initial injury and then the embarrassment of the world seeing it too. And that's kind of like a double whammy. That's kind of like that traumatizing event like happening twice to you. Because like you don't just have to worry about how am I dealing with this? How am I accepting this? How am I reflecting upon this? How am I going to forgive myself for this? How am I going to help to ensure that I prevent myself from going through another situation like this? Now you're dealing with how to rectify the embarrassment aspect of hundreds of thousands of people seeing it around the world as well. And that's a whole nother ball game that is separate from the internal work that you have to do to accept whatever mistake or F up that you've made. And I think that really sucks. The embarrassment aspect of it can be a little worse than whatever the initial blow was. And so with signing up, with dealing with somebody that's so much of a public figure and thinking that it's all going to be gravy or you're not going to crash, or be down or be depressed and have an ebb and flow moment where you kind of like dip down a little bit because you're dealing with the public breakup. Cam has a pattern of how he deals with women, has multiple babies with women, cheats on them, has outside babies, and then moves on to the next. This is the pattern. I don't know what makes you think he's going to change and suddenly treat you better. Maybe because Jazzy is a preference. She's got those loose waves. She doesn't have 4C hair. She obviously has some color to her. But Cam has a type. And the doctor, the therapist who sat down with him definitely like falls into that basket of looking like he would pursue her. Similar to Jazzy, similar to his first baby mother and the second one too. So I was just talking to one of my homegirls about this. You have to prepare yourself for however this union that you are building or seeking or wondering if you should pursue, how is this going to look if it doesn't work out? And emotionally, how much is this going to take out of me and drain me? And then prevent yourself from some basic things. Basic bonds you shouldn't be making with people if y'all are not exclusive and y'all are not saying we're in a relationship and this is my boyfriend and this is my girlfriend. And there are levels to it. Some things you should be, you could and should be doing for your boyfriend or girlfriend. And then some things, okay, you my boyfriend or girlfriend, but you're not my husband or my wife. So therefore, I'm not doing this with you because if we split, the way that this memory is going to be seared into my motherfucking brain, it's going to hurt me to try to break and remove such a heavy memory. Fine, go to the Bahamas and go to Jamaica with the nigga that you'd have known for a month or two. Go ahead. Don't keep going with that nigga and trying to break that memory because it might have been a good trip. It might have been the most beautiful thing you ever seen in your life. But that memory is always going to be attached to that nigga who y'all really wasn't being strategic or logical with building these memories and really stating if y'all are going to be moving to the next level. So some memories and some actions and some things, I feel like you shouldn't be making certain bonds and certain memories and connections with people if y'all aren't being intentional about what you are, what you aren't, where you're going, and where you ain't going. So, hey, it is what it is. What is your name? Sonolo or Tacos? Let me see. What is your name? Because I see you want to play tonight. So if you don't got super four kinky hair, that's a negative thing, right? Who said that? Because I see it's 4:17 in the morning and you trying to play and twist words. When the fuck did I say not having 4C hair is a negative thing? I have 4C hair, but my sister doesn't. When the fuck did I say that was a negative thing? I described the lady's hair texture because texturism is a thing. Colorism is a thing. Racism is a thing. Texturism is a thing. Featureism is a thing. So the reason why I brought up her hair texture, although she is seemingly of color, was to bring about how texturism plays a role into certain people's preferences. It might be a biracial preference. It might be a texturism preference. It might be a colorism preference. It might be a phenotype preference. There are lots of different preferences out here, and it's very clear that Cam Newton got one. If you know of a baby mama that Cam Newton has that has 4C hair, let me know, because that was my point. It's very clear that you listen to respond and you don't listen to comprehend. But you want to participate in the conversation while being either aloof because God didn't give you a full deck or intentionally obtuse. Because you call others that aren't dark or brown, they're called preferences, which seems as negative in your community. Oh, you know what I found interesting about your comment is you called it my community. So tell me what your community is. Because it's very much given you're on the outside of the club judging and bitch, you can't even get in. So what's your community? What's your community? Because you about to sit here and try and tell me about my community and what we mean and what our undertones and what our nuances is. Bitch, you don't get our motherfucking jokes and you don't get our innuendos. And that's why you're sitting here looking dumb. And that's why they're calling you high in the comments, because something sounds a little off with you. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer. You're not the brightest crayon in the box, but you're trying to turn up in these motherfucking comments and you're commenting more than the people that actually get it. So if you would just shut the fuck up and be quiet and take in the conversation, perhaps you'd pick up a bit more context. But for now, bitch, you're lost with no GPS, no MapQuest, no nothing, no directions. Mwah. Love that for you. I call it a community, so you just use the term. Again, I've asked you a question because you got a lot to say in the comments. What is your community? Because you're talking about my community. What community are you talking about? What community are you talking about? Because I'm a part of a lot of different communities. But let's see how you categorize it. Let's use your own words to hang your dumb ass. Let's go. Let's go. Hold on. You're so triggered. You know nothing about where I'm from. Yeah, I don't know anything about where you're from. Bitch, you can't even type. That's not how you spell where. Where you're from. You've commented 4 times and I've asked you a simple question. Where are you from? And you can't even tell me where you're from. You're telling me where you might be from, and you're illiterate. So help me understand. Help me understand. Help. SOS. Help. Black peoples call themselves a community. Where you fool. Yeah, see, you a little slow. I think that you require adult supervision, and for whatever reason, your guardian is off sleep somewhere, and you done snuck on the phone, haven't you? You done snuck your dumb ass. This sentence makes no fucking sense. You done snuck your dumb ass on the phone. You from Los Angeles. Bitch, I asked you, what is your community? Los Angeles is not a community. Right? What is my community and what's yours? Girl, just bye. I don't have time to argue with people who the nurse is off playing Tetris on her fucking phone. Nurse, she's out again. I don't have time. At least if you're going to come in here trying to pop off, bring some logic with you. Because right now I'm arguing with ABC blocks and it's dumb. It's dumb. The fuck is going on? You steady trying to get smart and you can't even construct a sentence correctly. The hell? People live in communities. Oh, wow. People live in communities? Wow. Are you serious? I was today years old. When did y'all learn that people live in communities? Oh my God. Let's block this motherfucking idiot that really has no business. When I tell you I cannot wait. When I tell you I cannot wait, block because I don't have time. When I tell you I cannot wait to make my video. Remember, in the beginning of this video, I was telling y'all, there is a true epidemic going on right now with mental illness fused with internet addiction. And it's playing out all over social media. Obviously, we've seen here tonight. Somebody says smoking that's synthetic. We've seen it here today. It's on YouTube. It's on TikTok. It's on Twitter. There are so many people who are mentally ill who are inserting themselves, exploiting themselves online, not even for money, but for views, because for some reason, them views and being seen and getting a little bit of attention, like this little person got here this evening, it means so much to them that they're willing to make a fool out of themselves. And this epidemic is spread like wildfire all across social media. All across social media. So she definitely smoking that K2 pop. And go talk about, but your eyebrows are nice. So girl, fuck you and your eyebrows compliment. Don't nobody need that shit. Come in here being disruptive and then gonna say, but you got nice eyebrows. Bitch, and you're demented. Take that. Since we telling the truth, thank you. I know I have nice eyebrows. Do you know you're demented? We just... Girl. That's what I'm saying. They really need to regulate people who are living with special on some real shit, because it takes patience for people who are not living with mental illness or living with special needs, who come across and have to engage with people, whether it be in the virtual world, the real world, physical or not. It takes a lot of patience out of people who have to graze up against people who are living with this. And these people don't have their social media and their internet access limited or monitored. And it really needs to be. It needs to be, because we're wrong. Because these people are given a high school diploma because they can draw a square. We had to learn calculus and trigonometry and shit. And it's okay. I get it. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm 18, you 18, we graduating. You can draw a square. All right. Then they unleash them into society. No warning label, no nothing. We don't know when we coming up across somebody where we need to. And I just feel like that's unfair to us. I just feel like, not the taco set out too long. I just feel like that's unfair to us. We don't know until we get, a paragraph or, engage with the person a handful of times. Then it clicks like, oh, you slow. Damn. And then you got to try to change your approach. But then when slow people trying to get smart with you, you wrong when you get smart back. Oh, they special needs. Okay, well, they know how to get buck. Girl, I contemplate if I'm going to be able to do my mental illness breakdown live or not, because Because I get tired of the eternal victim card. I really do. I really get tired of the eternal victim, and y'all acting like you cannot hold people who are living with special needs accountable because they special. So when they do some fuck shit, it's, oh no, you can still hold them accountable and realize that they're slightly delayed. You can. Or you can give them some of that same treatment back and help them understand that this behavior is not okay. Because some of them are living with special needs, but they have good common sense that kicks in maybe 3 times a day. Might not be as often as it needs to kick in, but every now and then it does. And they decide not to use it because they know society is going to eternally have this sympathy and, don't cuss them out back because so the problem is sometimes they're too coddled and too enabled. And this is why some of the shit continues, because all people living with special needs don't act like that. They're not crashing out. They're not popping off. They just trying to get to work and come home. Not unleash them. Yes, unleash them. Unleash them. Not Jag can take it so tonight. Jag is a special case. Jag is a special case for real. I think that person was so competitive because Cam was their type. That would be kind of, hold on, let me see. That would be the kind of person. Child. They can have a nasty attitude like everybody else. This is coming from a child. Oh, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you for sharing that. Yeah, I've noticed a lot, and I do have a special place in my heart with them, believe it or not. I know sometimes it might sound like I'm going in or I'm being hard, but I do have a special place because I found that a lot of people living with special needs are not only are they very sweet, they are very funny. Their sense of humor really does crack me up. Like a lot of them are very, 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 very sweet. Others crave chaos. They love being disruptive, and some of them even love being promiscuous. And me personally, I've observed for quite a while why I think these behaviors of the attention seeking, the promiscuity, enjoying being disruptive and causing chaos, why I think that happens and where I think that comes from. So I do have thoughts, but I don't want to spill too much in this video because, like I said, this isn't a organized. Oh my goodness, it's been 3 hours. Okay, it's been 2 hours and 47 minutes we've been on here. It has been a long time. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this video up because it was very much all over the place. I knew it was going to be because I knew I was going to be excited to talk to y'all. And sometimes when I'm really excited to talk, it's hard for me to keep all of my thoughts together. So, yeah, that is that. Ooh. All eyes on me. I agree. I do agree. Part of the reason why I'm feeling so passionate about this subject, but not only that, there's also somebody else that I'm following on TikTok and a couple of other folks, and I'm seeing a lot of similarities between all of them. So that's why I kind of want to bring it all together. I want to bring it all together because it's truly an epidemic happening right now. And I hate to see people living with special needs exploiting themselves on social media just because they can. And they're not even making enough money to survive or sustain themselves. They're just getting views and and then when the views get low, they act a little crazier. Like the views it's like the views not even paying your bills. Like you online begging and crying that you broke. But the views ain't making you money, but the views make you happy when you crash out. Like you crashing out for views, but then your livelihood is still in the gutter. Like somebody needs to monitor the social media usage of some people, is all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. That's just based on my observation. But this was cool. This was cool. This was cool. This was very fun. I'm surprised I'm not tired. I'm usually tired, especially on a live where it gets up to 3 hours. But I guess my adrenaline from just being hyped to get back to y'all. Thank y'all for the compliments. I guess my excitement kind of, I guess, doesn't have me feeling tired, but I know I need to get off because it's nothing like a live that's like over 4 hours. It just, no. All right, but I will give, it is 4:32. All right, I'll get off at 4:40. I'm going to play a commercial. I need to use the restroom real quick. I want to see if y'all have any closing remarks, any other last topics y'all want to throw at me. Please feel free to do so now.
So let's see if you're really about it. If you've been serious about what you've been saying about wanting to support more Black-owned businesses, here's your chance. I found a spot for us to grab our hats, hoodies, affordable electronics, phone accessories, and gadgets from. It's over on edwerso.com. That's EDWERSOW.com. Grab something for your hubby, your wife. Hey, I ain't encouraging that side chick behavior, but it's just in time for the holidays. So head on over there and grab your AirPod cases, hoodies, and affordable electronics. That's edwerso.com, EDWERSOW.com. And I'll see you over there. It's time to face it, boo. Your product needs more exposure. If you want to see your ad here on my channel, be sure to shoot an email over to yt.theplainestjane@gmail.com and let's chat. But if you're new in my neighborhood here on YouTube, hey, I'm the Plainest Jane, and I provide coverage and commentary on trending stories, viral events, and Black culture. I definitely appreciate you stopping through and hitting that subscribe button if you like more of my particular brand of syrup.
Oh my gosh, these legs do not move halfway as fast as they used to, y'all. Woo! No, I was still impressed with how fast my legs move. But I do not move anywhere near as fast as I used to. Please keep the live up. I came in late. Okay, I missed you too, Reality Check. Shout out to you. There's so many people who stopped through the chat. I'm glad I could give us something to do. I know it is a holiday morning, so for whatever reason, I'm wired. And kind of don't want to end the live, but I don't want it to just turn into blah because I don't really have a whole bunch here. So that's why I said open chat, throw some topics at me really quickly to see, because there's so much that has happened since I've been gone. And y'all know there's barely anything that I don't have an opinion on, to be honest. But oh God, I got some indigestion. I might have to Judge Mathis. The Judge Mathis thing is really sad. Give me a second to try and get this indigestion out. I'll talk about Judge Mathis. Thank you for that, Shauna. Like I said, if y'all have any other topics, just throw it in the chat real quick and we'll see if I have any thoughts, because there's really isn't much that I don't have thoughts about. But let me try and get this indigestion and see if this is a burp, and then I'll talk about it.
It's time to face it, boo. Your product needs more exposure. If you want to see your ad here on my channel, be sure to shoot an email over to yt.theplainestjane@gmail.com and let's chat. But if you're new in my neighborhood here on YouTube, hey, I'm the Plainest Jane, and I provide coverage and commentary on trending stories, viral events, and Black culture. I definitely appreciate you stopping through and hitting that subscribe button if you like more of my particular brand of syrup.
It was a YouTuber, and shout out to her for this good detective work, honey. She's the one who went and was able to put 2 and 2 together thePLAINESTjane. That's the person's name, thePLAINESTjane. I couldn't think of what their name was on the podcast, but I wanted to go ahead and shout them out. They're the ones who did the work. All right. So, like I said, shout out to thePLAINESTjane. She's the one who put that together. So Shekinah was not lying. So when Tiny came back on some, oh, she's making it up, sounded like Tiny's voice to me.
Okay, couple of things. Y'all put some really good things in the chat. This is why I love my audience so much, even though I've been gone for a while, and I know all of y'all aren't here. Not even half of my regular support base is here, but there's still some really good folks here. Fat Man Scoop. You know, it's sad because Fat Man was so young. Fat Man Scoop was so young. That is really sad, but you know, I feel two different ways about the footage of the last moments of his life being online. We have become so desensitized as a society. But also nosy folks kind of want proof. And I'm still working through how I feel about the footage being there. But I also feel like without some footages like that, we would have like eternal rumors. You know how some people still think Tupac is alive in Cuba? Girl, please. Just dumb conspiracies. Oh my God. By the way, while I was gone, I heard I was in a fraternity. I heard people connected me to a fraternity along with another YouTuber, and they were gonna expose it. I would love to see the pictures of me in a fraternity, baby. Baby, pull it up. I got a couple of messages from stickies who really cared. They bringing your name up in mess. I'm like, a fraternity? Okay. Dumbass conspiracies really bore me. Like, really, really, really bore me. Really bore me. But anyway, Fat Man Scoop. What I will say, I think that the beauty, the silver lining, better way. The silver lining in the Fat Man Scoop's unfortunate situation is he really went out doing what he loved. He said, everybody make some noise. Like his last moment, like he went out. Now it as I watched the clip several times and listened to the audio several times, I heard that he was like short of breath. It did sound like he was a bit short of breath. It's unfortunate. What I will say is don't think that DJing and being a guy who professionally yells, a disc jockey, radio, and especially with big heavy set men, a lot of time their job ends up being like yelling into the mic to get the crowd hype. And a lot of times they're bigger guys. Like if you check out the club scene and the hype men that exist, is you got the Heavy D's, you got the Biggie, you got Fat Man Scoop here in Baltimore. Shout out to everybody here in Baltimore. You know who Pork Chop is and all that. Make some noise. It's like you have to make sure that you are okay. And as much as people think just because you're standing still, and some of them even sit down and do it, it's still a lot of work on your body to work. It's a lot of stress on your body to be exerting like that all the time. And even Pork Chop has went through Pork Chop here in Baltimore. Like I said, only Baltimore people are going to understand. 92 Q Jams, Pork Chop has been there for a very long time. And he's still there, but he's having current health complications. But I remember several other times when he's had health complications, had to have surgery on his voice box because all he does is yell for a living. Like he works at the radio and then he goes to work at the clubs to get the people hype. And all he's doing is yelling. He had literal surgery on his voice box to try to like fix some things. And, especially, the heavy set ones, unfortunately, what happens when you work in that club environment and you're on the microphone as a hype man, a lot of times you fall into the box of entertaining in that way because that's how we see fat people. I'm being honest. Just try to I'm not being funny. That's how we see what else can a fat person do outside of yell and raise their voice on a microphone when it comes to entertaining us? I mean, yeah, like they could create think pieces and whatever, but like that's not what they like to do. They like media, they like radio, they like club events. And unfortunately, in the club space, when you go into a space that's so vain, there is no room for you to really exercise any other talent as a large Black person outside of getting on that microphone and entertaining us with your voice. And be honest, that a bigger person's voice is more, it's full of something that skinny voices aren't full of. That's why you hear people talking about the difference between Big Luther and Lil Luther. Big Luther Vandross, and now he was talented regardless of what size he was, right? But Big Luther has something that Little Luther did not have. So we really do get entertainment from larger bodies, and they see the opportunity and they jump at it and they make a living out of it. But like, what is their health looking like in the meantime and in between time? That's what I really wonder. A lot of these people who are on the microphone, who are heavy set, you can hear the labored breathing in everything that they do. Biggie, like you can hear it. Even the beatboxing back in the day was like that's just what it was. So when it comes to larger bodies, sometimes the labor that they do in order to sustain themselves and to live and to survive and take care of their families sometimes may not be in their best interest. And then they might, who knows if they're taking care of their health outside of entertaining us on that microphone. You know what I mean? Heart failure and, larger people. Heart failure can exist in anyone, but let's be honest about the increased risk in larger people. It's really unfortunate, but that's just, a glimpse of how the entertainment industry works. And it sucks. But at the very least, that man I don't want to say he wasn't suffering in his last moments, because he didn't pass when he collapsed there. He passed when he got to the hospital. Fat Man Scoop, who is who we are talking about. He passed at the hospital, but at least some of his final moments within that day was filled with him doing exactly what he loved to do. It wasn't a day full of suffering, a day full of being hooked up to life support, a day full of chemo. He did what he wanted up until the very last day, literally. And hopefully he's DJing in heaven somewhere. So that's what I have to say about Fat Man Scoop and what I have seen with the club, Black media, radio scene, and just the Black media landscape in general. And I'm speaking about it from my local standpoint. If you have a different experience in your town, like I said, I'm here in Baltimore, so I'm naming a specific radio station, Radio 1 92Q Pork Chop 410. So I'm naming specific people and things that I've seen all throughout me growing up on a local area that I've seen up close and personal. If you have different or even similar experiences, please feel free to comment down below. I'm not saying that my analysis is the end all be all and it represents whatever's going on all across the globe everywhere else. I can just tell you I have personally been exposed to and what I have observed. So that's that. Somebody said Busta Rhymes hype man has lost a lot of weight since the song Touch It. Busta Rhymes himself has lost a lot of weight. A lot of people are claiming he's a clone. I just think that he got on that Zimp. He got on that Ozempic, in my opinion, because Busta Rhymes definitely looks quite different. He definitely looks quite different. Okay, let me get into a couple of y'all other comments before I get out of here. Let me see. How many likes do we have? Because we can end this shit right now. Okay, we got 300 likes. Okay, I'll get into 2 more topics from the comments. If we can get to 330 likes, I'll stay on beyond those 2 topics. But for now, we're at 307. So I'm just going to stick with 2. Let's see. What other comments? I cannot see y'all. What is this? Please keep the love up. Okay, so Judge Mathis. The Judge Mathis thing, I think is sad, but also I do find something to be a little poetic about it, in the sense of strictly referring to Judge Mathis's response to it. Okay. I think that Judge Mathis' response to it is tea. I think that Judge Mathis is, excuse me, oh my gosh, like, do I have indigestion or what? Like, what is going on? Feeling these little, like, burps come up. Okay. I think that Judge Mathis's response is very much tea. I think it's tea. Sometimes you will try to sever a tie or a relationship, and people are not willing to fall on their sword and admit anything that they've done to make you feel some type of way. They're not willing to. And this could be any relationship. This could be a romantic relationship. This could be a familiar relationship. This could be a friendship. This could be an acquaintanceship. This could be a relationship with your fucking neighbor. This could be any relationship. And, you know, truth be told, when people are not willing to fall on their sword, that is really telling you all that you need to know, which is why what I said earlier in the video when I was mourning the ending of what I thought was a budding friendship. It was an acquaintanceship that I thought was leading into a friendship. And there was no remorse for the betrayal, for the disrespect. There was no falling on the sword and being like, you know what, girl, I ain't had to do that. Like, and I ain't want to make you feel that way. So you know what, my bad. Like, it was none of that. It was, I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry. I did what I had to do because this aligns with my life purpose and what I got going on. Okay, girl. Let's schedule time to talk tomorrow. And I'm like, what the fuck do we need to talk tomorrow for? Like, I hear you on today's time. Like, you're not gonna run it back. You don't feel bad. You would do it again. And then so this ain't about me, right? With Judge Mathis actually falling on his sword when TMZ caught up with him, and he was just like, you know, I've done wrong, not in the cheating sense, in the sense of I've been focused on my career. I'll travel with my buddies, and I wasn't making enough time for my wife, and she felt that, and I'm trying to make that right. Like, I'm trying to, you know, actually, what I'm saying is an oversimplification. Let me pull up TMZ. I'm hungry. Oh my God. I'm hungry, but I don't want to eat. That's the thing. Let me pull it up because y'all gotta hear it. Most men, the thing is, because that tune that was coming from Judge Mathis, it didn't give I'm lying to get my lady back. It gave I'm willing to let the world know that I fucked up and my woman left me because she felt neglected, because I did neglect her. I put my job first. I went to go hang out with my homies first, and I should have put her first. And I plan on winning her back and I'm just like, oh, okay. Not only do not a lot of men speak that way, men in power, and a man that's a judge, you know, judges can be manipulative, especially in their own life when they're not on the bench, let alone when they are on the. So for a judge, a man with power, a man with the amount of visibility and respect that we give Judge Mathis, especially because he's funny, because he can point out a crackhead like no tomorrow. I thought that was very brave of him. He was still traveling. Yeah. TMZ Judge Mathis. Let me pull this up. We're going to pull this up and watch this together, y'all. Girl, these ads is looking crazy. You click what? Which of the following? Girl, don't nobody give a damn about y'all's ad. Which of the following? Girl, I ain't heard it either. I'm trying to get to the... What is this mess? Shit. Got YouTube Premium. I ain't got to deal with YouTube ads. But now I'm dealing with ads on every other website. How much longer is this ad? Okay, here we go. All right, let me share my screen. Luke's wife is divorcing him. She snatched it. Oh, okay, let's get into this.
Hey, Judge Mathis, how are you today, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I want to ask...
I'm not good. Rather, it's the worst days of my life. How about that?
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay, your lady don't want no more, and it's the worst days of your life. I know that's right. I know that's right, bitch.
I wanted to ask you, with news of the separation, how are you holding up?
Not holding up very well. I would say the other man.
I know that's right. Holding up very horribly, are you? You're not feeling demure? You thought she wouldn't go anywhere if you kept neglecting her, putting your homies and your job first? Oops, like, no, let me stop making light. No, I let's just... Oh.
Maybe I'll be...
No, I do think it's cool that he genuinely does look sad and hurt, but me making these jokes, I ain't shit. I'm sorry, you guys.
Example for other man, cautionary tale. Don't neglect your wife.
I know that's right.
See how many at the airport now, flying?
I know that's right. Okay, say it again. Hold on, let me...
Maybe I'll be example for other man, cautionary tale. Don't neglect your wife. See how many at the airport now, flying out, as I have for 40 or for 25 years. My wife has been third, serving the community, taping my show, having fun with friends. That's what happens, guys. Never be too busy or never have too much fun beyond your wife.
So I do want to ask, the date of separation is listed back to July 17th. Has this been coming for some time now, or was it something out the blue?
Well, ever since we started taping here in LA, I committed to staying home more and making my wife more of a priority. But as you see, I haven't. I'm still here on the road doing the same thing. And in terms of going out into another city. But I was gone for 3 weeks. That's what July 17th meant.
Would you say you two are in a good place right now, or able to maintain a friendship? Or
oh yeah, we're still in the same house and we're maintaining a friendship. And I'm trying to get my wife back. I have to show her that though. Hopefully I can show her while we're there together before, and hopefully she doesn't complete the process. But I'm changing in hopes that she will. I'm gonna get my wife back. How about that?
I know that's
I just
right.
wanted to eliminate all the rumors too, that it's something about a baby or even me molesting a child. It's none of that. I've just told you what it is.
There were also, kind of some rumors of any infidelity. Did you want to clear that up at all? You say it's solely neglect.
Well, neglect can create suspicion, certainly. And if you're gone as much as I am, you have every right to suspect. You know, you go to work, you go serve in the community around the country, then you go with your guys to sporting events around the country, you go to other events except without your wife hanging with you and enjoying herself with you. And so, yeah, she would have a right to suspect infidelity.
But there's none of that going on.
That's not the purpose. That's not the reason for this.
Well,
football season already and not a satellite dish in sight.
Enough. Well, there we have it. I find that a lot of times when women are fed up with men and they want to leave, and they've already communicated more than one time, because there's no such thing as a woman saying one time, especially once you get into a committed relationship, and this is something that's beyond a committed relationship. This is a marriage. So there's no such thing as being in a marriage and saying one time, hey, I'm tired of you leaving the toilet seat up, and when I find your socks in the middle of the floor, it really fucks me up. I need you to change that. And you say it one time, and then you file for divorce. Women, a lot of times when we reach our breaking point, we have articulated. We have tried our best to communicate a million times what the fuck the issue is. The problem is men and women are wired differently. We are created differently. And women are wired to talk and communicate their feelings and to sort through them. Men are taught action-based shit. Talking really don't mean shit to men. That's why a lot of times when women are talking, men are just hearing womp, 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 womp. Like they're just hearing us yapping. And when we get to talking, they're like, oh, Lord. Talking is not a man's language. Talking is not a man's language. Actions are. And so you can tell a man, I'm not liking this. This is hurting my feelings. This is hurting me. This is driving a wedge between us. I'm going to leave if this doesn't. You're just talking. He doesn't get it. Till you put some motion behind it. Until you put some action behind it, he's not going to get it, because men are action-based creatures and women are emotional-based creatures. That's just the truth of the matter. So, and that's really unfortunate, because women really try, because who wants to just turn around and get their heels to click clacking out the door without explaining why, or giving a man a chance to rectify or change or fix, a certain situation that may be truly hurting us to the core? Who wants to just not communicate that and just leave the man in the dark? Like, nobody wants to do that, because it doesn't seem fair, but as a woman, when you exude all of this talking and you extend yourself and you're doing all this talking and he's not listening, not changing, because the behavior isn't changing, you have a lot of I feel like you have the most control in the talking stage. I feel like you have the most control in the talking stage when it comes to men and what you will and will not tolerate. Men are most interested in the talking stage because they're trying to secure you. The man is trying to secure you. So he's more vulnerable. He's more coachable at this time, because it's just the beginning. When you got a man that you've been with for years, and what's the Judge Mathis case? 30 years? That's where the African proverb of teaching an old dog new tricks, that's where that comes in. Because it's like, have you been talking for 30 years, or maybe even 15 or 10 or 5 years about what you don't like about what he's doing, but he low-key know you're not going to go nowhere. Like, he literally knows you're not going to go anywhere. So his behavior doesn't change. The only time his behavior changes is when he really realizes that you really done with his shit. You're moving out, or you're filing for divorce. You're not responding to his text messages within the hour. They're like, oh, you acting different. I'm noticing something. Are you feeling some type of way? And it's like, bitch, I've been telling you I've been feeling some type of way for the last 3 months, and you ain't heard me. But as soon as I decided to switch up my actions and pull back on how much I'm giving you and how much I'm talking to you and how much, now you notice, again, men are very action-based. Women are very emotional-based. feelings based. And I feel like emotional is not maybe the right word. I feel like women are more feeling based. And there's a lot of positive between both of those. To be honest, there are some pros and cons with being feeling based, and there are pros and cons with being action based, but men and women are wired differently. And so, shout out to Spirit Led Baltimore in the house. I think that when it comes to, you know, Judge Mathis, um, his wife having been married to him, them having have been together for 30 years, and her actually filing for divorce really woke his ass up, because you cannot convince me. Black women, one thing that we'll do, and I wish we would stop. I really do wish we would stop. But one thing that we will do is we will talk until we blue in the face without like putting any action behind it about what's bothering us and where we feel like our boundary is. And we'll articulate a certain boundary for like over a year or for like months at a time without enforcing it. My boundary is this. I don't like when you treat me like this. I'm not going to tolerate when you do this. And articulating it, thinking that the man is hearing it and comprehending it. Whole time he's not, because he sees that she just gonna keep talking. She ain't going no fucking where. If she really meant what she was saying, she would step. And then when you finally step, now they are flipping out. Because again, they understand actions, not words. They're action based, we're feeling based. So when it comes to Judge Mathis, I feel like he's waking up to the fact that, damn, I've been with this woman for over 30 years. And I thought she would never go anywhere because I am the Judge Mathis. I am bringing in the money. They had a whole reality show, right? He had the judge gig. He had the reality show after that. And Judge Mathis is pretty well off, right? So you would think that would be an incentive to even stay with the man like him. But the woman has still filed for divorce, and Judge is like, oh shit, she's whatever. So it's interesting now. It's like, she done filed for divorce, and low key, like, it has unfortunate. I think the collateral damage is public humiliation. I don't think that she wanted to humiliate him. I really don't. I don't think that Judge Mathis is, because they have been so private. We haven't known much of anything about Judge Mathis' relationship prior to this, even with the reality show. Because I remember the biggest thing with Judge Mathis' reality show was his son coming out the closet to him and the family. But his wife has been a very private, like they've been very private pertaining to their relationship. So I don't think she wanted to embarrass him. It just so happened to hit the public because, you know, he's Judge Mathis. So I think that the collateral damage is him having to deal with a slight amount of public humiliation, but he realizing like, oh shit, my wife really about to step because I'm really not stepping up to the plate. Let me get my shit together. It really sounds like Judge Mathis wants to get his shit together. And I know it can be difficult to decipher if a man really want to get his shit together or if he's just feeding you bullshit to keep you on the hook, so that they can continue to fuck you over. But in this instance, I'm really getting that I really feel like Judge don't want to lose his wife. And I really feel like Judge Mathis don't want to start over again. And that's what it would require. Judge Mathis would make him, honestly, this divorce from his wife would make him vulnerable. Why? How? Okay, I'll tell you how. I was about to say he's a man, but honestly, it's not that he's a man. He's a human. Everybody craves sex. Everybody craves companionship. And Judge Mathis would get with somebody, Selena Powell, and escort somebody, and his privacy would be gone with the wind, baby. The next person he try to sleep with, even if the divorce go through, sleep with, build a relationship, he don't know if he can trust them. Who he can trust is his wife of 30 years, because we've never seen anything about them in the media or in the news at all. So it would make him very vulnerable, even if he tries to step back out there romantically. It would make him vulnerable in, his personal business, personal desires, personal, even maybe like fetishes or Just everything could be like out there in the public if the wrong person woos him. And I think that Judge Mathis is realizing that. I mean, and not just that. I think he really does love his wife. He just neglected her for a job. And sometimes, honestly, for a certain amount of money, and I know this from experience. Let me say this. Let me clear my throat. Let me take a sip of Gatorade before I say this. Because I've been in a pair of shoes that are very similar to a tiny aspect of what Judge Mathis has experienced. When you make a certain amount of money and it requires certain sacrifices, especially if it's not even only if when you make a certain amount of money. If you go from making this amount of money one month to making this amount of money the next month, and it is more than you and your partner like have ever seen or experienced, you feel like by default, without even communicating with them, that they need to understand the sacrifices that you are making to even get to that point. And you feel like, oh, they're going to understand because this is a lot of money. You want, by default, you feel that way. Come to find out later on down the line, your partner feels neglected because they're like, man, fuck that money. I wanted you. I wanted your attention. I wanted you to be present. And I've been there before where I felt like neither one of us have ever made this amount of money before. Like, this is bizarre. And so, yes, this takes sacrifices. Yes, I have to wake up earlier, stay up later, sometimes stay out later, and don't have the energy to really give you what you need from a day-to-day basis. But this is a lot of money. This is money that we could live off of for 4 months. So I thought by default you would understand the sacrifice that this takes, which means I don't have as much time to spend with you. I don't like I have to be involved in here. And sometimes your partner, it's like they get the influx in the money, but they're still pissed off and hurt at the absence of you. The absence of you, the absence of your company, the absence of your presence, the absence of you caring, and whatever was going on before the spike happened. And I can imagine with celebrities, that's probably, and Judge Mathis, sound like I'm putting the N in it. Judge Mathis is a bit of a public figure. So it's like getting with Elon Musk and thinking that he finna pillow talk with you every night. Like, that nigga is not finna pillow talk with you. That nigga is focused on ruining Twitter and running Tesla or Tesla. Ciao. So yeah. I think that when you have high earning, jobs and when you're in the public like that, like what Adele just did, I think was so beautiful. Maybe it falls in line with the way that I operate. Adele just announced a hiatus because she's tired of feeding the public. She wants to feed herself and her family. I built this life up for myself, but now I actually want to enjoy it instead of just like performing for y'all. Just announced a hiatus from music. Some people have been categorizing it as an indefinite hiatus. Judge Mathis has been doing this for so long. There's no reason why he's still doing it. He should have had a saving situation set up so that every amount of money he was making, at least 30 or whatever percentage he wanted to decide on, was going into savings so that he could retire one day. Is he working like on some 9-to-5 shit, like he an everyday person like me and you. Like, he gotta keep working. Like, he making what regular people make. Like, you should have been saving up so that you can enjoy your life with your wife and your family. You still working like you gotta punch the clock every Monday through Friday. When truth be told, Judge, if you wasn't working, at least if you're decently responsible with your money, truth be told, if you didn't have no work for the next 3 months, you'd be straight. For the next year, you'd be straight. So I feel like it becomes an addiction sometimes for people, the mix between money or visibility or relevancy, because there's no reason why Judge Mathis is acting like, I could see if it was a struggling family and they really robbing Peter to pay Paul. Like, baby, I gotta go to work. We broke. We can't pay these bills. Like, I'm low key almost scamming to pay these bills. I could see if it was that, but like, Judge Mathis is not living in poverty like somebody that's got to be like, babe, I gotta work 69, 70 hours a week. He's not one of the people that has to work that much. He chooses to put out that much because he enjoys what comes with it. The respect from his acquaintances and his comrades, the visibility, the relevancy, the blogs talking about him, the wealth, which some people would even define as greed. So, yeah, maybe it is time for him to create a better financial plan and love on his wife, because I know Judge Mathis is still getting residuals from Judge Mathis, and there's plenty of other ways in which he still pops out, and the reality show, there's plenty of other ways in which he still pops out that you're not telling me he's broke and he's got to wake up and go to work tomorrow and he can't spend no time with his lady for a week. You're not telling me he living paycheck to paycheck and $100 to $100. That's not making sense. That's not making sense to me. He likes the glitz and glamour of it all. And are you willing to give up the glitz and glamour to be happy with your lady? Because you can give up the glitz and glamour. You can give up your lady if you want for the glitz and glamour, but go ahead and try and find another woman that's going to be true and down for you and genuinely like you for you, instead of being a gold digger for you. That's literally pumping you for the glitz and glam. That's going to cost you a pretty penny to even keep up with her. Judge Mathis strike me as a type where if the divorce was to go through, he would go get him a little 26-year-old baddie. And 26-year-old baddies dealing with 60-year-old men are not cheap. You're old. A lot of us are conditioned to think that y'all have worms. You're going to have to pay up. You're going to have to pay up. Yeah. No way around it. No way around it. That's that. That's just the fact of that. Oh, I wish I could read all your comments. Let me see. Yeah, he was still young. Fat Man School. Thank you, Nicole Shaw. Appreciate you being here. I'm trying to read some of y'all comments. I'm not going to be able to read them all. Yes, we was told old men will give you worms. That's what we was told. So therefore, if we're going to be satisfying you and your desires and your erectile dysfunction and dealing with you taking the blue Ronald pill, you're going to have to pay a pretty penny for my pretty young ass with your pretty old ass. Like, that's just the truth of the matter. And it's like, does Judge Mathis want to deal with that? Like, that's the reality of what's going on out here. Like, That's just the truth. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just being honest. Yeah. Good morning, great Vicky. Call me Vicky is in the building. If he really doesn't want to retire, he could be a mentor for upcoming jobs. I feel like everyone should get to a point of like, yeah, a real ugly depiction of that though is, have you seen Judge Joe Brown's online antics within the last 2 years? Like, ooh, it's just, it's cringy. It's cringy. I did the work that it takes the money. That's one thing. Sometimes I do get addicted to work, which I do think is low key connected to me being addicted to money. My thing is, I'm addicted to not wanting to ask anybody else for anything. But when you're in a relationship, you got to find a balance, especially if it's possible, and especially if you're making a good amount of money. So, yeah. It's like all these celebs, Kestra, product. Yes. What's her name? What's her name? Cardi B with the damn whip it shots. Like, girl. Not another round of the whip it shots. Child. Right. Hold on, I'm reading the comments. How you don't got time for your wife, child? Isn't he 60? He doesn't want to. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. We're done with the comments. Oh, that was on my comment time. Damn. Well, all of the comments on this subject have erased the other suggestions that people had for the open chat. But you know what? It's probably time for me to go ahead and get up off of here anyway. Somebody said those whipping shots sound like they whip your stomach around. Baby, and my stomach is already whipped around enough. I ain't got time for Cardi B and her mess. And I hear the nozzle only works the first or second time you use it. After that, baby, it's done. So I can't believe I called somebody in the chat demented today and like went off a little bit. That's okay. Sometimes people come in and they don't realize like they are a part of the entertainment of the show. Sometimes cussing people out and reading people down is fun. Sometimes it's fun. And it was more so fun tonight. It was more so fun this evening reading that person down and blocking them. Yes, because they wanted attention. I gave them a little bit. I think we both ate off of the engagement of the person I had to cuss out. Shout out to the 222 in the chat. I keep burping. I gotta go because I do not like burping on. I do not like burping on camera. I don't like when people burp. Well, especially not intentionally, like. And it seemed like I got indigestion going on. Somebody said, how's Leo? Leo was in here earlier. I fed him 3 or 4 treats as he was in here. You know what? Leo also said that King Harris would be a shitty father. When I was talking about King Harris, I said, how do you think King Harris would be as a father? He said, meow. I said, oh. He said he wasn't going to be shit either. So, yeah, Leo gave his little commentary about a couple topics and got his couple treats, got his little payment for the day, and then he got the fuck on up out of here. He called his father to rescue him from the room. I said, damn. Shout out to Call Me Vicky for upgrading her membership to the mid-level. Okay. Shout out to her. We will be backstage. Baby, when I say we're gonna be backstage all next week, I think we're gonna be backstage every day this week. Backstage. I don't want to quite give a commitment. You know what? Fuck it, I'll do it because that'll be a challenge for me. I do want to at least go live at least 2 times this week on the main stage outside of the paywall, outside of members only. But I do believe we're gonna be live. We're gonna be live every day this week as I try to get back into the groove. Since I'm just coming back. So for my channel members, shout out to y'all for getting the exclusives and getting things early before everybody else. And really just not even just shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for, I guess, holding me down because I really thought that when I came back, I wasn't even going to have no more members. I thought all y'all had like gave up on me because I took another hiatus. But I tried to tell y'all why I took a hiatus, but I didn't want to like give too much out or seem like I was looking for sympathy or I was so in my head about it. But if you're in the Discord, you already know. So that's that. And what else did I want to say? What was it? Chewable papaya tablets. They really help with indigestion. Oh, isn't that interesting? Never heard of that. Now he got his check and left. He did. He got his check and left. I gotta increase the font on the screen because I really cannot see anymore. But yes, you guys, I'm back. I cut my hair. My hair is short. I know a lot of y'all used to comment. I enjoyed my hair being long. I love how I look with long hair. I really do. I feel like I look so amazing with long hair. I really do. However, baby, that long hair was a hassle. It just took so much to put up in a ponytail or to do going to sleep, leaning on it at night. I put it in a cute little top messy bun, get in the car. The car, it's too tall for the car. I was like, you know what? So, but of course I kept it. I kept my hair. But yeah, I cut my hair. And I like it for the most part. 95% like it. Love it. I want some more of it. I like it for the most part. Can't wait to get some more color put in. But I like my hair at this length. I don't mind it. I miss my hair at this length. But that is it. We have spoken about a lot. Let me see. Did I get through everything? Predominantly. I pretty much got through everything on my list. I got through everything on my list. I love you all so much. I hope that y'all have an amazing holiday. If y'all fire up the grill, send me a plate. Send me a plate, baby. If y'all want to fire up the grill, we will be on tomorrow. Backstage and here out in front of everybody else as well. Y'all know backstage kind of get the best. Unfiltered me. Y'all know I'm already a little unfiltered when I'm not in the when I'm not behind the paywall. But when I'm behind the paywall, baby, I really don't give a damn. I really don't give a damn when I am behind the paywall. So I'm looking forward to talking to you all throughout this week. Slow news day or not, we will check in because I do think there's a lot that we need to catch up on. What I didn't talk about was Steve Harvey and Dr. Umar. I'm going to write that down. We're going to have to do that tomorrow. Somebody did put that in the... Let me write that down. All right. Steve Harvey and Dr. Umar. That was funny. D.L. Hughley involved in that shit somehow too. Love you all, love you all, love you all. So much to celebrate. Yeah, there is so much to celebrate. I appreciate this. There is so much to celebrate. And that's what I had to remember when I was reeling myself back in from the pessimistic mindset that I had adopted between my nervous breakdown and this illness creeping up on me. There is so much to celebrate, and I was focusing in on the negative rather than the positive. I was focusing on what I need to be sad about rather than what I need. And I realized especially even if I just break my health down in math, 20% might be suffering, but I have 80% of my health to be happy about and to celebrate and to be grateful for. Otherwise, that 80% could deteriorate as well. And I'd much rather have 20% bad and 80% good, rather for the odds to keep coming down on me. 70 to 30, 40 to 60. Let me celebrate the 80, be grateful for the 80. You know how you talk positive to plants, talk positive to your edges, talk positive to your body, talk positive to yourself. And it truly makes an outcome on how you feel overall and helping you to be better. So between things of that nature, manifesting health and wellness and healing, that's where I've been and that's where I am and that's where I plan to stay. As it pertains to my health. So, yeah. Child, we have chatted about so many things this evening. It's always sunshine at the end of the storm. You made it through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I will absolutely go even further. Absolutely. Okay, well, you guys, this has been a very good live. Thank you so much for throwing things at the wall when I asked for the open chat and whatever topics were on your mind or whatever topics you wanted to hear my input about. I do appreciate you all throwing those things at me. I love and appreciate y'all so much, and y'all know I do. You know, you need to subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new, subscribe, baby. Over here, we serve syrup in the form of Black news and celebrity updates. And we are back. And we are strong. And we are beautiful. And we are smart. And I'm going to see y'all later today. Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day weekend. Happy holidays to all of you all. And I will see you very, 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 very soon. I love you all. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And please make sure you move out if you got termites. Deuces. But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen, or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there.